Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Fly Deck to Sim live stream. Today it is, what is the date today? It's the 6th of May 2020, 33 minutes past 4 here in the evening, United Kingdom. And we are back inside the Flying Pencil, the Flight Factor 757, on a lovely trip, about an hour and 40-minute flight to Vienna, Austria. We've loaded all the latest scenery. We've got Orbeck's Vienna scenery to look forward to as well. This is an aircraft I've been wanting to fly again for a while, because last time we flew it had some performance issues with the new screens option I purchased. It was a mixture of that and some, my PC was running a bit slow, but I test flew this sector and I was getting about 25-30 FPS with the whole lot running nice and smoothly, so that's really, really good to hear. And yeah, it's a really enjoyable sector. The reason I chose it as well, full ATC in Austria this evening. They do it every Wednesday now, I think, to allow for that. A lot of reports of echo and the theme tune. I've been playing around with a lot of the sound settings. I hope now it sounds clear. Mariana, how does it sound? She says it sounds fine now, so I guess it's something to do with the intro music, I hope. Nothing else. I've been playing a lot with the settings to ensure that all those issues are hopefully being rectified. So hopefully all looking good so far. No echo for me, boss. That's good to hear, Dougal. I hope you're doing very well. And guys, I'm sure you're well aware of everyone, Dougal's Simwings project. Go and take a look at that. So very busy here in Gatwick. Full ATC. We've got clearance open, ground open, tower open. We're here on a remote stand in Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. I've not touched anything apart from opening up the Flight Factor aircraft. I've not done anything else there. Massive thanks to Positive Rate, the YouTube channel. Caden, one of my members, again, he made this livery a while back, and it looks really, really cool. We're going very retro with the original there. I've also updated to this freeware FMod sound pack, which has massively improved the sound quality. There's a few little things like the APU sound you can't hear, but the engines sound far more like their RB211 Rolls-Royce brothers, so that's really, really good. But yeah, here we are, completely calm down. You can hear the birds tweeting. We've got the alpaca at the front of the aircraft here as well. And yeah, we're on stand, I think it was 132. It's the easterly runways here. Usually the prevailing wind in the UK is from the southwest, but it's switched around today. Oh, look, is that a colleague of ours over there? Look, we've got an alpaca 5 Delta X-ray of the 757. He's obviously getting ahead of us on our new inaugural service to Austria. So yeah, let's jump into the flight deck. As promised, I've not touched anything. This aircraft I'm a little bit more familiar with than the Airbus, obviously, and a few of the ones here. But there are some quite subtle differences to the 7.3. On takeoff, for example, I think I've been reading up on some stuff, I push thrust instead of toga. There's a few other little bits and pieces which are different, but otherwise it's remarkably similar. So before we do anything, we've got our little iPad down here. Let's get some ground power connected. Now, I am running this in Vulkan. It seems to be working completely fine. However, the visual effects of these things, so if I select stairs, which we'll need to sort the loading out, you can't actually see them at the moment. I think that's down to Vulkan, but everything else seems to be working completely fine. So we'll put stairs, we'll need a fuel truck, we'll need the ground power, let's set the chocks, we'll also need the passenger bus. You used to select all these sort of things, they used to appear, but they don't, and I'm pretty much guess it's down to Vulkan, but as long as the aircraft works fine and I can get the performance benefit, that's all that matters. So we should have external power now, so if we put this to on, there's the battery coming alive. Close the guard. We'll put this standby power to auto. And we'll put the bus ties to auto as well. We should be getting some electrical power. External power available. There we are. So the battery discharge light is extinguished. Sounds like it's coming to life. So we're all up and running. A few other things I need to do down here. So we need to select out passenger load. So usually I do this pre-stream, but I actually, if you're thinking about getting the Flight Factor 757, you can actually look at how to get it all set up properly. So we are going completely fully loaded today. Alpaca Airways, very popular, and one of the only airlines which are operating a full schedule at the moment. We're not going to put any cargo on board, but full passenger loads with their checked-in bag. And if we check out operational flight plan today, let's go over to the charts here. We need 9.3 tons. Now, there is a event going on in Vienna, so we're going to take an extra 30 minutes of fuel. I'm getting so used to putting an extra 30 minutes of fuel, but our alternate today is Budapest in Hungary, a little bit further to the east there. So this burns obviously a little bit more fuel than the 7.3. Let's call it 3 tons an hour as opposed to 2.4. So if we put an extra 1,500 kilos of fuel on top, that'll be good for another 30 minutes. So let's call that 9.3, 10.3, 10.8. Heck, let's just call it 11 tons. So I don't generally round up to the nearest ton, but in the desktop simulator, fuel costs nothing. So let's do that. 11 tons, enter. There we are. So we've got 75.6 tons for our 0 fuel weight gross weight. That was going to be 86. You push this button. Oh, doors are closed. Right, stand by. Let's open the left front cargo doors as well. Let's try that again. There you go, and you get all these funny noises in the background. It sounds like the back end of a factory as opposed to an aircraft boarding. You hear these funny noises going on there. Cool, so there you are. Look, that's Jeffrey just loading up the bags in the back. Fantastic. So the iPad's all loaded up. We can now do the rest of the flow. So look at that fuel going on board. Wow, I wish it was that quick in real life too. Let's do this as sort of like as I would with my operator, kind of like the normal flow. So batteries on. Let's put on the electric hydraulic pumps. In fact, I just pop on all these switches at this stage. Verify the landing gear levers down. We've got 3 green lights there. Check all the aircraft documentation. We've got all the fault and fire tests to do. So we've got engine APU. There we go, all the ICAS messages, we can reset that. There's a wheel well fire warning as well. Happy days. I'm just going to make my way through the upper overhead panel just to make sure we've got the aircraft configured as we want. So we want the RS selectors to nav. Your damper can come on. Electric engine... I have no idea what this is. It's some sort of EEC. We'll pop those on. We don't like anything that's amber or red. Yeah, we'll put those definitely on normal, especially as it's beeping for me when I turn it off. Close the guards. We've got all the hydraulic pumps on for now. Standby power set. Put the utility buses on. IDGs, engine's not running, so we won't connect those. We don't need the APU at this stage. Arm the emergency exit lights. Engine limiters, we'll have a bit of that. Ram air turbine, don't deploy that. Fuel pumps, we'll put all the fuel pumps on. There's no fuel in the centre tank. My goodness, Burak is coming straight away with a purchase of the updated merchandise. Thank you very much, Burak, who's bought the official Are You a Real Pilot t-shirt. That's very, very kind of you. Yes, if you are a member, please do enjoy the new emoji for whenever I make a mistake. I guarantee you today I will be making several mistakes as I get my way around this aircraft. So thank you very much, Burak. And may I remind you, if you do purchase the Are You a Real Pilot t-shirt, 25% of that profit goes towards an anti-bullying charity. We do like to give a little bit back where we can, so that's very, very kind of you, Burak. Thank you very much. Guys, again, if you are new to the chat, I will get back to the chat in stages during the setup, but in the cruise we'll have a lot more time to answer any questions you might have. Window heat coming on. I think this is the HF radio. We don't need that. Let's put the no smoking sign on. Can't light up just yet. Now, if I remember rightly, someone said you put this right on that arrow to allow the aircraft to pressurise for you. We'll put this to auto. I think the elevation in Vienna, let's have a look here on the chart, it is 600 feet exactly, so we'll punch in 600 feet here. There we go. All the rest is there's cabin pressurisation. We're going to want some position lights on. That's all we need at this stage. We'll unlock the flight deck door. Air conditioning and pressurisation, then we'll put the temperature controllers to auto. There we are. Trim air's coming on, recirc fans can come on at this stage, packs will leave off, we'll open the isolation valve, we'll leave all the engine and APU bleeds off at this stage. Right, so that's all looking good on the upper overhead panel. MCP wise, we're expecting an Oddvik 2 Zulu, so I'm going to set 6,000 feet here for now. Put the flight directors on at this stage too. Runway heading for 08 right is 078, so we'll put that in here. Ooh, we want that on auto, I think, in the 75. 078. Flight directors are all on. We'll leave that to auto. I think it goes to auto later. Right, let's just grab the ATIS. Now I'm going to do this via... Actually, you know what? I'm going to get the actual voice ATIS because, I've been playing around with a lot of the settings. If I can get the ATIS, and you can let me know in chat how it sounds, I can alter the volume accordingly. Flying Dutchman Gatwick Challenge, yeah. Should we just request that prior to departing off to Austria? Just one loop under the bridge, and then round we go. Good suggestion. Right, we'll just grab the ATIS here. So 136525. So we need to have this on so we can hear voice as well. 136
50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
Thank you very much. Positive rate. Thank you indeed, guys. Go check him out. That's the guy who's made my lovely livery. He's always coming in with his generous donations as well. But there you go. Oh, we've got an Alpaca 3.2 next to us as well. Fantastic. The sector to Austria is obviously getting very popular. But yes, thank you again, Positive rate, for the time you take to make my liveries. It's very kind of you. Right, so let's see if we can hear this ATIS. Okay, 13652. Right, can you hear that, guys? It's nothing at the moment. There we go.
Information Romeo.
So, information Romeo.
Time 1450. Runway in use 08 right departing aircraft. Make initial contact on frequency 121. 950.
Perfect. Glad you can hear it, guys.
Transition level flight level 70. Surface wind 050. 7 knots varying between 360 and 080 degrees.
Perfect.
Cab OK.
Lovely.
Temperature +17. Dew point +6. QNH1024. Acknowledge receipt of information Romeo. And advise aircraft type on first contact.
Well, apart from the strange animal sounds someone was making, you won't end up staying on VATSIM for that long if he was doing that. But we copied information Romeo, 1450 Zulu, runway 08 right. Next frequency is going to be ground, I think, on 121.905. Well, no, that's clearest delivery, sorry. Easterly wind 050 at 7, variable between 360 and 080. Clear skies, 17 degrees QNH is 1024. Well, it doesn't look very cav okay in my sim. Oh, there goes our colleague. Good day, Alpaca 5 Delta X-ray. Let's now get the QNH set. Again, if you're an aircraft developer, do us all a big favour and make sure you put synchronised altimeters on it. It makes our lives so much easier. Otherwise, I have to do it 3 times. Standby here. Actually, standby, don't mind. It's the first officers. It's in a single pilot environment. It's
50,
much
40,
increases the workload.
30,
Not so much
20,
in this aircraft, we can autopilot,
10.
but certainly on the 7.2 or something like that. Wow, 2 demonstrations coming in. Thank you very much, guys. Firstly, to AD Sparks for the £10 donations. Kind of you, sir.
40,
you helped us out
30,
some time back by streaming into
20,
our Lanzarote scenery.
10.
Here's a little thank you for everything you do. Absolute legend. Everyone, every cross you get back into the air. So, AD Sparks, thank you so much for that. I do remember, and didn't you have Glasgow as well? And then I think you were chatting to me away at some point, and then obviously life gets in the way, and I'm so busy with the channel these days. But thank you very much, AD Sparks. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. We're all furloughed and just waiting. Hopefully, not going to get any bad news, and I hope you're doing very well as well. Thank you very much indeed. Guys, go check out AD Sparks scenery as well. It's very good of him to come in here to donate. Thank you very much as well, Kieran Harvey, for the £5 donation. That's the exact remote stand we pushed back onto last September when I was delayed 1 hour, stuck on the plane, pushed back so we were ready, and then you lost your slot. Oh no, Kieran, that's well, cool that we're on the same stand, but yeah, I've done that. I've pushed back on the stand and then we've missed our slot. Usually you can actually get a slot that's only a few minutes afterwards, but if you're very unlucky, you might have another 2 hour delay. I've had to go back on the stand before, but these things do happen. I don't think there's many chances of getting too many slots at the moment with a lack of aircraft. But thank you very much again, Kieran, for your continued support as a member and your donation. Cool, so we grabbed the ATIS. QNH is set. Clearance delivery is on 121.955. Let's punch this up here and get our clearance for Vienna. Gatwick clearance, good day, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, stand 132, information Romeo QNH 1024, departure clearance to Vienna, please.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, cleared Vienna, it's the Oddvik 2 Zulu departure, squawk 0504.
Cleared to Vienna, Oddvik 2 Zulu departure, squawk 0504, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, correct, remain on frequency, report ready to push.
Wilco, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Excellent. Gatwick, some of these guys, I know these guys are always online at Gatwick. I actually did a test flight this morning just to make sure VATSIM was working correctly, the audio was good, and there were people on at 10 o'clock this morning, like full ATC, ground tower clearance, I believe it.
Manchester, Lambourne 1 Zulu departure, squawk 7435.
Cool. 80 Sparks, it was Glasgow, that's it. Excellent.
What have I missed here?
Ballast, where does 5 leave extra cover? Is it random? Yep, just choosing random call signs at each sector now, just for a little bit of extra realism. I do know there's not an Alpaca Airways in real life, but that's the beauty of that sim. You can choose whatever call sign you like. Right, so we've got the clearance set. We've got headings there. I think it's about time we actually loaded up the FMC. So put the order rate to RTO. There we are. So it's already wants us to enter our RS position. Let's show you where we're going geographically.
Gatwick delivery of regular to be now Packer 9 Alpha Kilo is both.
Great to hear our colleagues. So yeah, we're going to take off from 08 right, straight eastbound towards Dover, across the English Channel. We've got Brussels here, Germany, right up top of it around Frankfurt, and then we're going to be going onwards to Austria. Flights are around 1 hour 40 minutes, so nice straight line. Got a lot of information to punch into the FMC. Weather's really good. We've got tailwinds forecast, which is a makes a change for our latest streams. And Vienna weather's alright, quite strong winds though, so keep an eye on it. We'll get a little bit closer to Vienna, get the weather and stuff. There should be full ATC on as we advised. So let's go to our flight plan, our first page. Okay, so FMC, yes please. So latest AirX installed. We've got version 2.44 of the Flight Factor. We'll tell it now that we are in Gatwick, which is Echo Golf Kilo Kilo.
Alpaca 05 Tango Bravo, Roger. Hold position, contact ground 121.
GPS coordinates are just there. There we are. So the IRS is very quick to align. I think that's because I've got it set to quickly align. This is Metar Croc, Metar Moon. Oh dear, unbelievable. Route going from Gatwick to Vienna, Lima, Whiskey, Alpaca is the Alpaca 5 Lima. Departing then, runway 08 right. We are cleared on the Oddvik to Zulu. We are going from Oddvik. Bit of punching in to do, but it's not as bad as loading up the INS on the 727 at least. So from Oddvik, it's Yankee
8325, Roger.
311, going to Dover. Upper Lima 9 to Conan. Upper Lima 607 to Amasi.
449 Alpha, Roger. Hold position, contact ground 121 decimal 8.
Amasi, Upper Mike 149 to Bombi. They do like all these short airways here in Europe. It's always like this when loading all up in the first flight of the day, or every sector I should say. I very rarely do the first flight of the day. I always leave it to the FO. That's because I quite like to do the walk around initially, so I know myself as the commander, because I'm ultimately responsible that the aircraft is all looking good. There's no dents, dinks or anything that might have been missed by the engineers inspecting the night before. Not that I don't have any faith in my colleagues, but as you are fully responsible, I always generally like to do the first sector. But if the weather's really bad at the destination, you know, I might elect to do it. I always ask the guys though, and if it's over their limits, we'll do what we call a modest approach. The FO will fly the approach and then we'll take control on short final. Budex 1 Whiskey, there we are. So there we go. I think we'll get ILS 34 there today. The Budex 1 Whiskey. And looking at the charts, I think the transition was a Nerdu for November. And then that actually takes us vector, kind of like the RNAV takes us right hand downwind. But I think you can get a shortcut to a left hand, it depends how busy it is. So looking good, we'll activate that, execute it. Performance wise then, 0 fuel weight 75.6 tonnes. Our reserves are 3.2, remember that's to get us to Hungary. Cruise altitude today is 37,000 feet. I don't think there's anywhere on the upper overhead panel to punch that in. We'll use our cost index of 30. Takeoff page, flap 5. Now, I have no accurate performance computer for Gatwick. We're reasonably light. I know we're fully loaded with passengers, but we're not flying for 7-8 hours or so. So I reckon I'll put in 40 degrees here. CG 3.9.
Oddvik 2 Zulu departure, squawk 5233.
So that's set. And the V-speed will accept, so 130, 137, 144, and then punch in 144 here. Oh, it's done it for me. I can't remember, is that a Flight Factor thing, or is that the 7.5 thing? Radio is loud, is it? Guys, hold on, I'll turn that down. here. And now I have to do this differently than I did in the past, so bear with me. Open volume mixer. Someone's got a block mic. It's not me, is it? No, it's not me. So I've turned the volume a little bit down on X-Pilot.
Hello, Packet 257 Bravo, we're going 763, heavy information.
There you go, how's that?
To Vienna, please.
Packet 257 Bravo, roger.
Yeah, tad loud still. There we go. So I'll keep playing around with it. Let me know again in chat if it's too quiet, too loud.
Clear to Vienna, Object 20.
Right, so FMC's fully loaded. Now, this is one thing I'm not 100% sure about on the 7.5. That climb thrust for takeoff, it says D-rated takeoff, and it doesn't mention your thrust setting here. Do I have to push something on here, or do I have to set the... Ah, look, I think it's just done it automatically. Okay, so plus 40, and then when I take off, I push the thrust button, not toga. I think that's quite... It's a bit too quiet now. Okay. So I'm going too loud, too quiet. It's going to be a lot of fine-tuning. The thing is, everyone speaks different, has a different level of volume. Like, tower's very loud, and another aircraft is a little bit quieter, so you have to always kind of fine-tune out there. Good time to get the APU started, I think. Now, what are you beeping at me for? It's not happy about something. We'll ignore it for now.
Hold position,
takeoff 1, takeoff 2. Okay.
Hold position, ground on 121 decimal 8, short to Tango.
Doesn't seem to do anything. No, I don't want that.
Alpaca 9 Alpha
I'll do
Kilo
takeoff
fully ready.
1. That'll do. And then when I push thrust, I guess it sets that for me. I'm actually going to use LOWW and VNAV for departure as well, because every time I engage the autopilot, it goes into vertical speed and the speed comes straight back. So I don't know if, again, that's something I do. So I'm going to actually try and remember to use LOWW and VNAV for departure. What else do we need to do? So put that to legs. We can see the status of the APU up here. There we are, so it's booting up quite nicely. Cool, frequencies are all set. Weather radar, we'll put the tilt to +5. The EFIS panel is in an awkward position for a desktop simulator, but that is where it is on the real aircraft. Awkward in real life, but it is for wanting to use this. So we'll put the traffic on. Put this to map. I want the airport data on as well. I don't know if this is a visual bug, but I swear there used to be the decision height reference in there, but it's not there anymore, but it does come up on the PFD, so I don't know if that's a little visual bug or something. Yeah. You press toga on the throttle. Mika, yeah, I think you do that on the 7.3. Well, I say I think. You do it on the 7.3, I've been doing it there, but I think on the 7.5, many people have told me to use the thrust feature here, and I actually looked at a video online and it showed me doing that. Thank you very much, Miss Textline, for your membership. Welcome aboard as a member. Glad you're enjoying the content. You'll get all the exclusive members-only content straight away. Thank you very much. So, APU generators on the bus. Last time I did this, I pulled the external power and I lost all electrical power. It wasn't a big deal. I just gave it back, but let me know prior to pulling the GPU exactly what I need to do. And whilst you answer that question, I'll just close everything here. So airplane, close all. Ground, get rid of the stairs. Shocks, just holding on the GPU.
Alpaca 32 on stand 123. Information Sierra Boeing 738 requesting departure clearance to Vienna, please.
What's free the Crocs? Oh, God, yes. So, nice try, guys. I already realised Mariana wrote something on my Crocs prior to the stream, and they're not Crocs. They're rubber shoes. I noticed it because you put them exactly where they were last time. So now it says Metar Chicken and one flip-flop, and then Real Pilot on the other.
It keeps on booting us out, so we'll probably just disconnect if that's
you drew a banana on my flip-flop. Unbelievable. This is the stuff I have to deal with all the time. Make sure the APU generator button is on when disconnecting the GPU.
Hold position. I will call you back. You're currently number 3.
APU generator is on. Right, let me just pull it now then. I bet it does it, because it did it earlier. It's done it every time I've done it. If you're a 7.5 guy, please let me know if it does it, but... Look, pull the GPU, I lose all power. I can then re-engage the bus time breakers, fine, no problem, and it comes back, but it's definitely tripping, you know, no idea why. Right, I think otherwise we're all good. IDG APU is definitely running. It has to be on the APU power now because it's all disconnected every time. I don't know what I'm doing there, but it caused the issue. Right.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
All we need to do is do the kind of briefing, the crew briefing. So we would imagine the emergency briefing's done. Aircraft's completely set up to go. Let's just show you where we are going. So we are on the remote stand here, 132. Most likely to push back to face west. We'll confirm with ATC shortly. Taxi out here, either via Juliet. They very rarely use 08 left, 26 right for takeoff departure because they're too close together, the runways. So we'll probably taxi on the runway or Juliet, and then departure is very straightforward. RNAV SID, climb straight ahead, Kilo Echo 04. Climb to maintain 6,000. So we've got 6,000 set on the altitude here. Just going east towards Odvik. That's it, really. Not too much there. PA announcement. You guys would like a PA, would you? Okay. Well, whilst I do the PA, let me just get the better pushback at least here. So he's all ready to go.
Got the delivery, good.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I have to be so careful when I do PAs because it's so easy to spew out my operator, which is Japan. No, it's not. Right, let's do it then.
Knockshot 16 Yankee.
So what we would say, alright, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For the flight, it's Captain speaking. My name is Flight Factor Boeing. I'd like to welcome you on board this Alpaca Airways flight to Vienna. Thank you very much to the temporary grounded, who's just bought a classic t-shirt. Are you real pilot as well? That's not part of the PA, guys. That's very, very kind of you, temporary grounded. Enjoy that t-shirt, and I hope you enjoy many an hour wearing it. Thank you very much. Carrying on with the PA then. I've completely lost track of that merchandise purchase there. So yeah, we'll restart. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Captain speaking.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
My name is Flight Factor Boeing. I'd like to welcome aboard this Alpaca Airways flight, the 5 Lima X-ray to Vienna. Join me on the flight deck, Senior First Officer Mariana. In the cabin today, your team is led by Bill, Bob, Ben, and Jack. Just finishing the last bits of paperwork, pushing back very shortly. Expect to be pushing back on schedule. That's in 1 minute's time from now. We're taking off from the easterly runway here in London Gatwick, climbing up to our cruise altitude of 37,000 feet. Very nice day to go flying, smooth conditions forecast. And right now in Vienna, latest weather showing quite strong winds coming in from the northwest, few clouds, temperature at 15 degrees Celsius. Doors are now closed, so the cabin crew will show you a safety demonstration. This is for your safety and for those around you. Please mind to give it your full attention for the safety of you and yours around you. Why am I repeating myself? Marianne is here in the corner distracting me. She's pointing at the doors. And thanks for choosing to fly the Alpaca Airways. There we go.
Request IFR clearance to land Information Quebec.
Paul Shoes Jack's been demoted. His chief pilot shouldn't even be in the back. Oh dear. Crystal W, 50 Celsius. I think that's referring to the assumed temperature we're using for stars. Generator continuous switches. What are we referring to here? Have I got something here? Yes, well the engines aren't running, so there's not much putting them on. But I mean, I guess I could put them on now. I have no idea. Right, we'll now request push and start. Oh, we're getting transferred to ground shy first, aren't we? What is the ground frequency? Just because he will transfer us straight away. It is 121 decimal 8.
ET157, Garrett delivering.
Oh, X-Plane 1972 is in the house. Good day to you, sir. Hope you're doing very well. I'm sure many of you have heard of X-Plane 1972. He's a fellow X-Plane streamer. Let's go check him out. He is stateside, so no doubt he's having a lovely early morning or late morning. Early
Vienna, Odvik 2 Zulu departure, squawk 0516.
I hope I haven't forgot anything major anyway. Just waiting for this guy to read back his clearance.
Tomjet 241, clearance read back. Cleared on the Odvik 2 Zulu departure squawk 1206.
Flying Dutch and flight time gets to 1 hour 40.
Tomjet 241 is 2206. All other information read back correctly. Tomjet 241, squawk 2206, thank you.
Alpaca 265.
We beat me to it.
0526, unable. That departure, we don't have RNAV.
Oh, no RNAV. Hashtag free Mariana, what is going on?
0516, did you say you can't take any departures at all? You need a non-standard departure?
Thanks for subscribing. Sada, welcome on board. I'm trying to get what's going on with the hashtag free Mariana while someone's getting their clearance sorted out. Unbelievable. Now a safety briefing, Abbas. Mariana, I have to do
Go
that.
ahead, 157. ED157, hold position, contact ground 121.8. 121, thanks.
Alpaca 265, get a Dover 2 Papa departure.
Busy, busy, busy.
5 firm. Dover 2 Papa departure, 0516.
Great film, classic.
Dover 2 Papa departure, squawk 0.
So I'm going to remember to do this lapse timer on Takeoff as well. Oh my goodness, merchandise going left, right, centre today. Thank you, anonymous individual, for buying the classic Alpaca Airways crew t-shirt in beige. Thank you very much, anonymous man.
London Gatwick deliverance, good afternoon.
Oh,
North
it's
Trans
loud.
2914 with Eastern C3, type
with you, we had a
Boeing
with you, guys.
73800. Have information 01024 requesting IFR clearance to Copenhagen Kastrup.
Copenhagen. It's worse than me and my pronunciation of half the airports I go to. He's like me, I can't pronounce, what was it, the Moscow Sheremetyevo.
Thank you, clear to Copenhagen, frame 1
Copenhagen.
departure 6233, North Trans 2914.
North Trans 2914, correct. Remain on frequency report, ready to push.
Yep,
Here
we'll
we
go.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray stand 132, request push and start.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, roger, contact ground 121.8.
Hold position 1218, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Bye now.
Alpaca 25.
Right, let's just get the clearance in. What was Easy doing there? I'm not sure. Gatwick ground, good day. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray stand 132, request push and start.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, I need your perception at this point. Is there clearance between you and the company Boeing 737 behind you?
Standby. I'll look in my wing view mirror.
Much obliged.
Yeah, it's a little bit tight there.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, roger. If that's the case, I'll call you back once they started moving.
Thank you. Very realistic. Yes, a little bit tight, that one.
Gatwick Ground,
I mean, if I was a ground controller and looked at that, I'd be holding position there as well. So that was very professional of him.
Alpaca 257, Bravo, good afternoon. Gatwick ground push and start as approved, face to the west.
Could you start approved face to the west and be evacuated no CSO, Alpaca 250.
Good Vont, that's it. Oh, yeah, the Dutch, good afternoon. Oh dear. Dave Hagen, you saw someone on the Vatsim group on Facebook complaining about Vatsim being too serious. I think that's the whole idea, isn't it? We want to be replicating
449 Alpha,
new
give way to the
procedures.
shuttle Airbus A320 who's passing you from your left to right on Juliet. Then take a right onto Juliet, Tango, and 26 right, hold Juliet 7.
Stephen Jenkinson, every time there's an Alpaca flight 80, you can just repeat follow the company traffic. Yeah, that's all I want to hear. That's the ultimate taxi clearance.
Alpaca 27 Lima, ready for push. And I'm ready for taxi. Alpaca 27 Lima, taxi, Holly Point to Romeo 1 via
So, very likely to face the same direction, but I won't use the pre-planned function just yet.
And Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, once the company Boeing 737 is cleared you to your right on Kilo, push and start as approved, face to the west.
Once the company aircraft is clear behind push and start approved, face west, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Right, so as predicted, it was to get push to push west here, so better push back.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
Just behind the EasyJet A319 is pushed from stand 553.
There we are.
Taxi Quebec, hold short, so Lima
Something
behind.
like that.
So connected and
Ready to go.
bypass
So,
pin inserted.
air conditioning
Release parking
packs,
brake.
verify they are off. Anti-collision light can now come on.
Alpaca 05 Tango Bravo,
We
contact
can
Gatwick
release
Tower.
transponders out off
Starting
the
pushback and you may start engines.
Oh, check's complete. There we are, pushing back 6 minutes behind schedule. We were due off. I always, guys, when I stream, I plan my off-block time half an hour after the stream starts, which is quite a reasonable time to get everything set up. Yeah, he's shouting the tug driver. Oh, why does it always do this? It's a 7.5 thing. It always makes my views go a bit sideways.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, taxi via Lima and Romeo, hold
I know I'm
Romeo
not
1.
meant to do this, but I'm just going to do this very quickly. Always does this just when you start pushing back. There we are.
Alpaca 27 Lima, taxi right on Juliet, hold Juliet 4.
Right, starting now, engine number 2. So, let's put that to ground.
Hello, Qatari,
AP, please.
Romeo, looking for Juliet. Secretary 9 Whiskey Bravo, hello,
That's
welcome
better.
to Gatwick. Do you have any stand preference?
Negative.
Right, so oh yes, there's an RB211. It's got a 3-spool engine. It's got N3.
For Secretary 9 Whiskey Bravo, with that in mind, expect
So
stand
I reckon that purple line is when we should put fuel in. That's definitely ignited. There's the EGT. N1
Travel to Tango, contact Gatwick Tower, call sign only, please. 124.225, safe flight, bye bye. 124.225, call sign only,
So that sounds like it was started
Secretary
out.
9
So
Whiskey
that's
Bravo,
looking good.
taxi
Starting
by
engine
Juliet
number
Papa
1.
and Kilo stand 33.
There's things beeping at me all over the place here. So we've got these brand new sounds. It's such a pretty aircraft, the 75.
449 Alpha, contact Gatwick Tower, call sign only 124.225, have a good day, bye bye.
So there's a fuel going in, probably a little bit prematurely. I'm going to try and get all these ICAS messages to disappear at some point. I always get this left fuel system pressure. It goes off
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
on its own. Our parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
So you're just having the avi tab there as well. So there we are on Kilo facing west. That's the chart we want. Yeah, sounds much better now in this aircraft. ICAS, ECAM, I don't know, Freckles Aviation. Don't have one of those on the 7.3.
E157, taxi flight on Juliet, hold Juliet 4.
Yeah, the tug guy is very loud.
Alpha 9 Alpha Kilo, same view behind the A319, taxi right on Juliet, hold Juliet 4.
Tow is disconnected as bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on
Thank
the
you
left.
very much, Mike
We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
For the classic t-shirt, thanks again for the giveaway, and another shirt for the collection. We'll be ordering... Oh, and I missed the rest of it. Thank you very much, Mike. Very kind of you. Very, very kind of you, sir. Enjoy your merchandise indeed. Very, very kind. God, thank goodness the ground crew guys got it super loud. I've not changed any of those settings, so I might have to turn him down a little bit. Thanks a lot, Dan, for showing us the bypass bin. We'll now do the before taxi flight. Again, I just follow what we'd be doing in the 7.3, so put the IDG on, APU off. There's no start switches. I've been told we don't need to put those into continuous. Probe heat you don't turn on, window heat's on. Air conditioning then, so we've got PAX, auto, bleeds on.
Alpaca 27 Lima, contact Gatwick Tower, call
High
sign
station valves off, so that's all
124.225,
looking
safe
good
flight,
there.
bye
We've
bye.
got duct pressure. Set flaps to 5. There comes the flight controls. Forward. Full back. Left centre. Right centre. Here comes the rudder. Full right centre. Full left centre. Recall. We've got left fuel system pressure, which goes I always get, but it does seem to go off when I start taxiing, so it's to do with the APU. And that's it. Checks are all complete. Ready for taxi. Thank you very much, my Pantia, for joining as a member. Welcome on board, and glad you're enjoying the content. You will also get invited to our members only Discord with the exclusive members only content. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Right, turn off. Can come on. Nose gear.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, have I given you taxi clearance yet?
Negative, but Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, request taxi.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, roger, taxi by Kilo, hold short of Romeo for now.
Taxi Kilo, hold short, Romeo, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So, we are...
Alpaca 257 Bravo via
So
Romeo.
yeah, there's
and
Romeo,
Juliet,
it's the
taxi
second
Hollywood
left, we're just going to hold short of the Romeo taxiway. That's because there's an Alpaca 767 ahead of us. Right, there's the config, no takeoff config running
157,
on.
contact Gatwick Tower, call sign only 124.225, have a good day.
Obviously I don't have an Alpaca 257 Bravo, I don't have an Alpaca CSL, but we've got a private Air instead. That's super cool. Your view is crooked.
Kilo 17 Alpha,
It
hello,
is
taxi
again,
by
isn't it?
Lima and
Let
Romeo,
me just
hold
do
short
this
of
again
Kilo.
briefly. I know I shouldn't, but... graphics. Oh, it
Taxi
says
Lima,
zero.
Romeo, short kilo.
Oh, it seems to have fixed itself. I don't know.
Stuart 75 uniform, hello, welcome to
So
Gatwick.
second
Taxi
left
by Papa
is
and
Romeo,
Juliet,
who's going to hold
stand
short
18.
off. So, oh, he's gone. Just like that.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, one of your company traffic seems to just miraculously disappeared on Romeo. With that in mind, taxi left Romeo, right Juliet, hold Juliet 4.
Left Romeo, right onto Juliet, hold Juliet 4, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. They don't have a tendency just to disappear like that. Right, we're going to take a left onto Romeo, right onto Juliet, and taxi all the way to holding point Juliet 4, which is the hold point for 08 right. Will Bewley, APU gen to off. Ah, okay.
And Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, contact Gatwick Tower, call sign only 124.225, stay safe, bye-bye.
Sounds much better, these engines. An infinite flight at like target. I haven't even mentioned it once today. 757 is a bit of a stretch on this shorter stream, but we'll see what we can do. So smash that thumbs up. I am a YouTube content creator. Let's get as many likes as we can. Ah, nice to have some good performance in this aircraft. I'll put lower to you, just because I'm so used to that.
30,
Again, if you have an engine
20,
issue, or secondary
10.
engine issue with the parameters, I don't know if that pops up like on the 7.3. Thank you very much, Steve Mayer, for the £2 donation. Hi, boss. It was me that bought the T-shirt as anonymous. Oh, Steve, well, thank you very, very much, sir. It's very, very kind of you. And enjoy wearing that T-shirt. Thanks for the donation again. That's very good of you. Just to show you out here, look, that's 26 right, which they don't use, but we're going to take Juliet, which is the first right here. Got a couple of 2D individuals. I haven't even mentioned this scenery is from UK 2000. UK 2000 scenery on explain it's okay. You know, a lot of it's ported over from FSX, as we've already mentioned before. But I don't know if there's any others available for Gatwick. It's okay. It's got all the taxi lines and standing. It's fine.
34 requesting pushback at start.
Delta 241, hello Gatwick ground, pushback not approved, face to the north, please.
Delta 241, pushback at start, face to the north.
Little taxi past, I think. Turn that noise up a little bit. There we go. It is a good looking aircraft. Old aircraft now as well. Nearly 30 years old.
Caleb 17 Alpha 5 Romeo and Juliet, taxi holding point Juliet 4.
There's also Gatwick from
Juliet
Pass, okay. So maximum taxi has been 30 knots. We're doing 25 knots. There you go, you can actually expand these, which is quite cool. You know, 26, 27 will go idle now. It should do us all the way to the hold point. Avio man, good evening mate, how are you? Very, very well sir, hope you're doing very well yourself. Aerosoft do Gatwick, do they? I'm not sure. I just grabbed this one ages ago. It was one of the first sceneries I bought for Explain 11. It's been a long time since we've streamed from Gatwick though. I was looking for a departure point around 2 hours away to ensure that I could get into Austria around 7:30, because Wednesday, guys, I'm afraid, Wednesday evening is Xbox night for me and my mates. And nothing can block an Xbox night. So we'll be on until the early hours of the morning. You're welcome, Avio man. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Ground hello, North Trans 291.
Asa, could you talk through your RNAV navigation as you go? I mean, there's not much to RNAV navigation. Asa, the beauty of it, you have a flight management computer. You have an automated pilot which can follow the guidance in the FMC, so LNAV and VNAV, essentially let it do its thing. There's all sorts of rules to do with RNAV capability. If you lose RNAV accuracy, you can't fly certain points of SIDS, but...
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, contact Gatwick Tower, call sign only 124.225, have a good day, stay safe, bye-bye.
124.225, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, same to you mate, bye-bye. Yeah, I mean, I've got a tutorial which goes into a lot of detail about RNAV, which you'll find quite useful. Now this is quite tricky. It's just staying on the taxiway whilst tuning frequencies. I am going to get that radio tuning panel. I'm actually going to grab that soon. because it's really hard to stay on the taxiway whilst tuning something.
Minimums,
So
minimums,
124,
minimums, approaching minimums.
255. There we are. It's 124, isn't it? Ah. Oh no, 125. Oh no, now I need to see where I'm going. 124. Oh, see, if I had that radio tuning panel, boom, done. Stand by, whoever that was, just join us a moment, thank you very much. 2425. Right, well, oh, 225, 225. I see! I'm trying to taxi and do everything else. Ah, there we go. Hashtag oh, you're a real pilot chat in the emojis. Thank you very much to oh, Aviaman, who obviously was very pleased to be saying did you have a good day? Thank you very much, Aviaman. Welcome aboard. You'll get invited to our members only Discord where you'll receive exclusive members only content. Very, very kind of you, sir. Thank you. So you've got this taxi line here. I mean, would I, if it was like that in real life, would I follow it exactly like that? No. I mean, you're just gonna get yourself a bit too close to the grass when you cut the corner there. So this is fine. God, the brake. It's either all or nothing when you brake here manually. Right, parking brake set.
Hello, something here, 8 tries clear to land. This is 606089 and on.
So we'll check in as well with just our call sign so he knows we're here. See, he's really quiet compared to the other controller.
A330, line number 8 points behind.
Currently around traffic, line number 1,
So just turn the volume slightly on X-Pilot. It's a gorgeous aircraft. Thank you very much, Positive Rate again. I love it. It's so retro. Got our colleagues in the 7-3. Scarebus, ready, number 1, looking good. Hi Pantia, how do you join Discord? Yes, if you have joined as a member today, how you need to do it is go to Google, search YouTube Discord synchronization. The invites are completely automated and connected to your YouTube membership. And if you choose, to terminate your membership, there's a 24-hour grace period before you're taken out of the Discord and stuff. But type in Google Discord YouTube synchronization. Follow the guidance there. You have to do it for some reason using Discord on a web browser. It doesn't work in the Discord application on your laptop. It doesn't work on the Discord application on your phone. You have to do Discord on a web browser, and then it works fine. We get everyone in eventually. Lol at centerline. Yeah, as I was just saying, our aim isn't to get here on the centerline. If I have my wheel there, I have to overshoot quite dramatically. No one's going to get anywhere near me here. And you always want to lead over the line. In fact, where you always want to make sure is that you have the main gear over the line, which we do. So that's what we're trying to do there. Oh, Dan, you can do Discord on the app on the PC too. That's interesting. No, that's cool. Thanks for that. We've got 757 people watching. How befitting. It's gone super quiet here. Oh yeah, I was going to check in. Gatwick Tower, hello. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, Gatwick Tower.
Perfect, he knows we're here. Adicha, are you running the sim on Vulcan? Yes, I am. 1150B6. Which right now, bear in mind, my X-Plane's running everything, the streaming software, X-Pilot and the stuff. I'm getting 30-ish frames per second. For me, the flight factor is quite frame heavy. I don't know why exactly, compared to some of the other aircraft, but generally speaking, when I'm en route with Ortho has a big performance impact for me. I don't know why, but I use when it loads it in. But I found when I fly in areas with a lower zoom level, it's better. But generally speaking, 25 to 35 FPS en route, certainly enough for a smooth flight, which is good. And I've got a reasonably powerful PC. As I tried Vulcan, doesn't work out well yet. There's a few things that aren't working. For example, the flight factor, you don't get any of the external vehicles showing up. But apart from that, everything worked fine. I did this sector early on the test line, it worked out well. Thank you very much, David Glover, for joining as a member. Welcome on board, sir. Glad you're enjoying the content. You'll get all the exclusive emojis in chats, invited to our Discord, all that fun. Thank you very much. Welcome on board.
Advance 56 Whiskey Taxi Charlie, hold short Juliet, contact.
So he's probably got slightly different scenery. Look, you see he's off on the left-hand side.
And EG157, runway 08 right clear for takeoff. Surface 060 degrees 9 knots.
Clear takeoff, runway 157.
So bouncy as well. Yeah, absolutely aviation. Vulcan flickering textures, yeah, occasionally get that as well. But the performance benefit I get is huge, so that's why I'm stuck with Vulcan. Easily 15, 20 FPS gain. Louis Dennett, is this plane free? No, it's from Flight Factor. I think it's about $50, $60.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, line up runway 08 right.
Line up 08 right. Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
So we're just rolling, don't even have any thrust.
Contact Gatwick Director 126.825.
So much question about SEVA and RNAV. I'm not 100% sure. I think SEVA gives you maybe some basic RNAV capability, so you could say you're RNAV certified. I'm not 100% sure. For approaches, no. But en route, perhaps. These brakes, man. I've got an FMC message, apparently. Insufficient fuel. Yeah, this always happens. So we'll have a look at this now. Look, it's saying I've got 3.1 on board. Arrival in Vienna. We need 3.3. So you should get using reserve fuel, firstly. And this will increase hugely. I've noticed when you get to top of climb, look, we've got 3.1 now. By the time we get to top of climb, it'll be something like 4.5 tons.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thank you very much to Cam T for your $3 donation, sir. Do you know when you'll be able to fly in real life again? Cam T, well, thank you very much for your donation. No idea, mate. If I'm perfectly honest, it's pretty worrying times for anyone in the aviation industry. I mean, it's pretty worrying times for so many different occupations. You know, leisure, tourism, travel. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of all the big airlines that have announced major cuts. We'll see. We'll see. No news. No one's going to want to travel soon, and fingers crossed. I haven't flown this year yet because my contract I'm off in the winter. And then as soon as I was ready to come back, I was fortunate enough to get the sim and get my license up to date. But as soon as I was ready to go back flying, lockdown started. But yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, my health is good. I'm very happy. Mara and I are both furloughed, but yeah, it could be a lot worse. So lights are coming on. We haven't got a lineup yet, but I'm just going to do a bit of the flow now. We'll put the anti-collision light on here for the strobes, which I think is white. Wing lights. Not sure if that's just a check for icing at night, but we'll put them on anyway. We'll put the transponder to TAR. Weather radar, which is down here. Weather.
50, 40,
weather to
30,
+5 on the
20,
tilt.
10.
MCP we want, water throttle, LNAV, and I'm going to go VNAV today as well. MCP set transponder TRA, strobe lights are on, and just waiting for the takeoff clearance. Looking good. Thank you very much to the legend himself, Tim Waters. Thank you very much, Tim, my long-term resident at Flight Factor Sim. Fullerton, Smith and Waters here. As you're Xboxing tonight, it's assumed Mariana will be freed from the shed for earlier bad footwear infringement. Thank you very much, Tim. Yes, I'll take a picture and post on Discord what my slippers now say. Metar chicken, and you can put a banana on it. And guys, the running theme is banana. The reason we have bananas is because I was trying to use the bird emoji in chat to someone, and I accidentally selected the banana. We have bananas everywhere these days. But yeah, thank you very much, Tim, for your kind donation. Right, we're nearly there, ready to go. This elapsed time, and then you have to reset it, but it goes straight back to run again. So we'll reset it now. We're not too far off.
Runway 08 clear to land. Surface 060 degrees 9 knots.
Should land 0
It's easy.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray behind the landing EasyJet A320. Line up runway 08 right behind.
Behind the landing A320, EasyJet, line up and wait behind Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So we have been cleared to line up behind the EasyJet A320. As soon as he's past the threshold, we'll get ourselves onto the runway. We are nearly there, ready to go. It's been quite a long start, 56 minutes, but that's just getting the aircraft set up. ATC's been quite busy here. It's all part of the fun and banter. Now, hopefully, I've timed this flight so we get to enjoy a lovely sunset descending into Austria over the eastern part of the Alps.
Alpine 1708 going to hello, continue approach runway 08 right.
Into the RIC, where can you get all the liveries of your airline? I always update the video description below to link the livery I'm using. So if you go to any of the streams where I've done it, you should be able to find the video. If you don't find it, Nightbot certainly fires it off every 5 minutes in the chat. So you'll see it there. Anthony Teal, the bird to someone. Yes, I think you were the on the receiving end of that.
Gatwick Tower, Tom Jet 241 with you at Juliet 7.
Ooh, had another with you. I'm so getting a with you emoji for it. Every time on that's if someone says it. I used to do it though. I used to do it. Major, wait, is that a woman controller? I don't think so, but why do you sound so surprised? If it's the case. Right, anyway, we cleared to line up and wait. Let's now enter the runway. Nearly there, guys. The sounds are really, really good on takeoff.
Approaching 08 right.
Chic.
On runway 08 right.
Rast is very, very demanding sometimes. There we are. It's so bouncy, I love it. It's dark in here. I think the light, I haven't got quite right on the lighting, I explained that, but it's the illumination of the flight deck during the day.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, runway 08 right, clear for takeoff. Citizen 060 degrees, 9 and on.
Raise right, clear takeoff, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Fantastic, guys, get your togers in chat, parking brake is released. Let's get those thrust levers up to 40%, off we go. There comes the thrust button. There we are, set takeoff thrust.
57 Sierra Lima, taxi Papa, hold short Juliet, contact Gatwick ground 121 decimal.
There we are, takeoff thrust set, indications normal.
Again, 47, 57 Sierra Lima.
57 Sierra Lima, taxi Papa, hold short Juliet, contact Gatwick ground 121 decimal.
$80 checked. Release that forward pressure on the control column.
Papa, short kilo, 57 Sierra Lima.
57 Sierra Lima, negative Papa, short of Juliet.
There's V1, and rotate. Oh, it's a bit heavy today. Cool, I really pull that stick back. Without a trim, baby. Right, and we're airborne. Positive rate of climb, gears coming up.
Tower, hello, Dino, North 22901 forward behind the 2E78.
Look at that.
Hello, thanks. Stand by, break. Alpine 1708, runway 08 right, clear to land. Citizen 060
right, so it's bugged up for us. Wow, it reduces thrust very alarmingly because we
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, contact London Control 129.425. That's fine.
129.425, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Bye now. Right, so flaps go to 1. And now flaps up.
And EasyJet line up and
there we go, let's go commands. 129.425.
Alpaca 265, Gatwick Tower.
Again, it's got this silly transfer switch thing. Ugh, can't get used to that at all. And after takeoff checks coming up, so I'll put that to off. Vertical speed now, just slow our rate of climb down.
Control, roger, break, Austrian 456, climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Austrian 456.
Alpaca 90 Alpha Kilo, climb flight level.
This guy's very softly spoken.
Sorry, it's confirm the altitude is the level again, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
Flight level 170.
Flight level 170, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
London Centre, very good day. Alpaca 5, Lima X-ray, Oddvic 2 Zulu passing 4,200 for altitude 6,000 feet.
Alpaca 5, Lima X-ray, London, hello, squawk ident.
Squawk ident, Alpaca 5, Lima X-ray. Where's that on this?
40,
There we are.
30,
Squawk
20,
ident.
10.
Thank you very much, Ron, for a very generous €20 donation. It's very kind of you, sir. Great work, Flight Sim. Thanks for your streams, mate. Oh, Robert, you're most welcome. Thank you very much for your generous donation there. Very, very kind of you, sir. Glad you're enjoying it. Thank you very much. Yeah, so 1 to go.
Excellent flight, Charlie.
Climbing to an altitude, so we haven't got standard sets. Accelerates 250 knots.
Tango X-ray, correction, Tango Echo X-ray, flight, Charlie, to left heading 120 degrees.
And the elapsed timer, yeah, okay, I forgot to do it, but technically I did it.
Charlie, report you're heading to Gatwick direct to 126.
Just add 2 minutes to that. It's so hard to remember.
50, 40,
thank you very much, Chris Tuttle, for the $2 donation, sir. Thank you very much. Do any AC controllers live stream like you do? Thank you very much, Chris. Yes, absolutely, I'm sure. One I can recommend is Dot Wallop, who's helped me out quite a bit in the past to get things set up on that. But I think he streams on Twitch only. So Dot Wallop. No doubt there's several others, but I generally don't have the time to watch too many other guys and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure you'll find some. Thank you very much for your donation, sir. Very loud in here. I'm just going to turn this down a bit. How's the volume, guys? Sound of the ATC myself. Keep me posted. Want to ensure you have a lovely sounding stream.
Ocean 456, climb flight level 270.
So maintaining 6,000 as per the SID.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, climb flight level 200.
I'm going to maintain 6,000 until we get cleared up. Super busy, look, traffic above us as well. So.
Alpaca Split 5 Lima X-ray, fly heading 0905, climb flight level 70.
Fly radar heading 095 degrees and climb flight level 70, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So heading select, flight level 70. What am I going to caution for? Oh, I don't like that. So 70, vertical speed, just going to set 500 feet per minute because I just want to make sure we've got standard set first. 1013.
Bravo, A film continue with the com 12.8.
1013, and the standby is set now. 1013. Only got 1,000 feet to go, so we'll just go vertical speed 1,000 feet per minute. Step climbs, classic London rush hour. Ah, yeah, after takeoff checks we do as well. So gears off, water brakes off, air conditioning and pressurisation. Cabin rates climbing, diff is increasing. Altitude cabin is around 2,000 feet. So that's set. We'll release the cabin crew, and that's it. After takeoff checks is all done.
Direct level 130 Delta 200.
What does the orange land 3 sign mean? Land 3 is the climb flight level 180, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So 180 is set at VNAV, and we need to out it to vent this probably.
Under control,
We'll do that, that'll work. That's why we're descending, that's because it had a restriction in there. There we are, EPR. Land 3, yes, auto land status, so yeah, I need to have both, or probably all 3 autopilots engaged in this case to get full auto land status. My goodness, where are we going? 6,000 feet per minute. Whee! Chase, that's been a bit turbulent. I think we'll leave the passenger strapped in for a bit longer here. It is installed this way, yes, but obviously right now in its current status it's not land 3. You can do a full auto land in this though. Probably have to reset it at. Yeah, I've reset it now, so there we go, gets rid of the warning. Alpaca coaster! This has got a lot of performance, this aircraft. Remember, I've only got about 3.5, 4 hours worth of fuel on board, and we are fully loaded, but we are light, so we can easily lift another 20 tons, I'm sure.
Deborah 1 Golf arrival with the 900. Calam 17 Alpha, climb down flight level 90.
790, Calam 17 Alpha.
Oh, our neighbour's ringing. Marianne is just going to ring the phone. Get the phone.
Control, good evening, easy 835, Lambert 1 Zulu, passing altitude 2,000
right, there's
feet,
our flight level 100 for 180. Let's do the pre-cruise checks. So fuel, we've got 9.7 tonnes on board. Remember, it said we had 3.9 arrival. Now it said 3.9, so we're making fuel. The lights going to come off now.
075 and 100,
Along the flight deck door. There we are. APU can verify is off pressurisation. Diff pressure 2.5 set. Seatbelts. It's a little bit bumpy at the moment, so we'll leave the passengers in. And our check's complete. It's loud in here with the... Yeah, it's quite realistic.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Flight level 210, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray.
Hope you're still healthy. Unfortunately, I am a little late. I expect a butter landing this time, haha.
Thank you very much, Boy Borrowman, for the £5 donation, which set off Microsoft Jeanette. Very, very kind of you. Hope you're still healthy. Unfortunately, I'm a little late. I expect a butter landing this time. Thank you very much, Boy Borrowman, for your continued support. You're never too late for an Alpaca Airways flight. We'll always be here waiting for you. Thanks for the continued support and the donation, Boy Borrowman. Very, very kind of you. Look at this. This is like a home ticket. 290 knots. 3,500 feet. No problem. Absolutely. This is.
Under control Delta 4 Heavy, 7 climbing flight level 80 on a 280.
Microphone is mouth. So I should have rectified those audio bugs that I was having. I've made some changes to the settings, basically turn the output volume right down. It seems to have stopped it. Thank you very much.
Level 130 direct Canet Delta 4 Heavy.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Thank you very. Sorry, I was just looking at something else there. Thank you very much, Robbie Jane Ellis, for your membership. Very, very kind of you. Welcome on board as a member. You get all the exclusive members only content through our members only Discord. It's very kind. Thank you. Ghost Dog 688, you'll be running the VATSIM trip in the V Skylabs DC3 tonight at about 7:30 UK time. You're going to go all the way from Gatwick to Vienna in a DC3. What's that going to take? It's going to be, what, 4.5, 5 hours? Superb. I need to jump back into that V Skylabs DC3. Love that stream. Good. So, our neighbour's father was put into hospital. Quite an old chap. We're a bit worried it was coronavirus, but it's unrelated, which is good. Yeah, it's got pneumonia, bless him. Listen a minute. The Land 3 sign is extinguished. Yes. There was a push reset button. I pushed it and it went up. So there we are, approaching 2 to go. Let's just go vertical speed.
Heading 330 degrees, climb for level 190, easy 835.
Still on that heading.
Minimums, approaching minimum.
So simple, I know, Listerman. Thank you very much, Ross Keating, for your membership as well. Welcome on board, sir. Glad you are also enjoying the content. You'll get all the exclusive members only content. Direct Conan, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So Conan on top, execute. Always check you have LNAV engaged, because if you're on a heading, you might have forgotten, and then all of a sudden you're just staying on the heading. Very, very important to check. Thank you very much, indeed. Ross, welcome.
When ready, descend the flight level 160 to be level by Amsterdam line 9
Already out
London
cap.
Control, hello Mr. Burton,
So
North
just leveling off at 210 inbound to Conan.
4,000 for 5,000, frame 1 Zulu.
Trans 2914 London, hello, squawk ident, climb down flight level 130.
Ident, you have 130, North Trans 2914.
Pilot point, don't mind me, just eating the in-flight meal. Alpaca chicken burgers today. Chicken and alpaca meat. Kai Parker just landed in Schiphol, very good. We went to Schiphol on our last stream. There was 150 arrivals at once. And we managed to land. It was so tight. I couldn't believe how tight it was. We touched down as soon as the aircraft. Climb flight level 230, Alpaca 5, Lima X-ray. So 230 set, it's going to be now initially. Yeah, it was so tight. It literally, there was a 7-4 ahead of us. He just went airborne as soon as we touched down. It couldn't get any tighter. Back to vertical speed.
CH35 continue in the comp 122.85.
1228 is the 835, goodbye.
Omelette for me.
C790 Romeo Whiskey continue in the comp 122.85.
1228 is the 79 Romeo Whiskey, cheers, good afternoon.
1,000 feet per minute. So I've lost the altitude alerts. It's seen this F-mod sound pack, it gets rid of a few warning sounds. I lost the altitude alert.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Unless there is a one so far, I can't remember. Thank you very much, Christian Covenant. Welcome on board as a member, sir. Glad you're also enjoying the content. You'll get invited to our members over Discord. Enjoy all your custom emojis and the usual banter. Thank you very much indeed, sir.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray to continue in the comp 122.89.
Unicom 122.8 Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Thanks to the AC, boy. So on to Unicom. No more ATC for us. When we first started using that simulator, I was like, what is this Unicom business? And now I'm pretty proficient. So, no ATC, so we're free to climb. Discretion. Now we'll go straight up to our cruise level, flight level 370. There we are. There's VNAV. EPR set VNAV speed. There we are. Checks complete. Just confirm it's our cruise level. It is cruising decimal 7, well, about decimal 80 today. Lovely. It's just like the real aircraft, you know, in the 7.3, the engine spooled up, but you can't hear them, you wouldn't be able to hear it because of the noise of the airflow. It's very cool. Thanks for subscribing, Christian Massini, welcome aboard, sir, and thank you very much, Christopher W, for your donation. DC3 across the pond on the old World War II route challenge.
50, 40,
thank you very much, Christopher,
30,
for your donation there.
20,
that will take
10.
Quite a few sectors, that's for sure. Thank you very much, Christopher, very, very kind. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in a while to the Faroe Islands, and I've got some really nice scenery there. So I was thinking of actually going from Scotland to the Faroe Islands in a DC3, but it isn't much to see, it's just sea. But it could be good fun. I've got all that Svalbard scenery for the 727 stream last week to go and explore, which is pretty cool. So much to do, so much to do. John Bearfield, is there Unicom in real life? I think, yeah, I mean, there'll be area frequencies. I remember when I was doing my CPL in the States, it had kind of like, I don't know if they called it Unicom, but it was like an area frequency where if you weren't talking to anyone, everyone would tune the same frequency and do position reports because there was so many aircraft training around. This was in Arizona. But certainly not in this environment, in a commercial environment, it's all controlled in Europe, above 24,500 feet or so. Infinite Flight Deck. What was the hardest thing you had to do during your type rating in the sim? I mean, you can break it up into certain aspects, certainly handling aspects, perhaps theoretical aspects, but handling-wise, I think one of the things that catches a lot of people out is the engine failure on final. So you're at 500 feet in IMC, and my operator, if that happens in real life, you have to go around, you have an engine failure in IMC below 1,000 feet on final. But we do it as a handling exercise in IMC, just see what it's like. And if you're not quick on the bat, if you have an engine failure, you've got a lot of drag, flap 30. The idea is if you can continue to land, but if you have to go around, you put all that thrust on going around, you've got flap 30 here. The amount of rudder you need in the 7.3, because it doesn't do it for you, is huge. I mean, if you look on any aircraft, twin engine wide body jet or 7.3 or something like this, look at the size of the rudder compared to the aircraft. It is an absolute massive control service. And the reason that is because you need to ensure that if you have an engine failure at low speed, around VMCA or also called VMCG for takeoff, that's how the V-speeds are dictated, you need to ensure you have control of the aircraft. So at your low speed, there isn't as much rudder authority. And I remember when I first did this, and when I was instructing in the sim, everyone first time on their tyre rating does it, it's very difficult to nail it first time. The aircraft, if you add the thrust and don't put any rudder in, the wing drops very violently. So from a handling perspective, I remember on the type rating, dealing with an engine failure on final being quite difficult. Raw data for the first time, quite a lot to take in, because you've been flying around light aircraft, all of a sudden you're flying around a a simulated version of the aircraft. It's very, very different. The pitch power controls are very different to a light aircraft as well. In a light aircraft, it's very common for people to be taught to control your attitude with speed on final. Power controls your rate of descent, absolute opposite in a jet. If you do that, you just get yourself in trouble. So yeah, there's lots of little elements. It's like anything with 3Ps, practice, 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 and you'll get there. Right, overhead, Coxie. I have flown over this bit of land here more times than I've had hot dinners. There's Dunkirk, Bruges, going right, down towards Frankfurt on our routing today. Just clear on this map though. There it is, Frankfurt. It's going right over the top, carrying on eastbound. There is Vienna, right on the foothills of the Alps. Tell you what, it would have been quite a nice flight if we did Zurich. You know what we should do one day? Zurich, Innsbruck, Vienna. That would be a nice flight. Or even Salzburg. Actually, you could do Zurich, Innsbruck, Salzburg, Wien in the DC-3. That would be an epic flight. Zurich, Innsbruck, Salzburg, Wien. That would probably take about 5-6 hours. Ross Keating, how do you get into Discord? Very common question. Search on Google, YouTube Discord synchronization, follow the steps there, and make sure you do that on a web browser, or since I've learned today, you can do that on your Discord app on your PC, so whatever works. Alfie Douglas, did you do a GOC before your type rating? I did a combined MCC and jet orientation course. Petrus, if you ever fly the DC-3 on VATSIM, I'm joining in the TBM. Yeah, I've actually seen the CSL pack for a DC-3. It brings up a Tornado. A Tornado GI4, which is pretty cool. David Smith, have you ever forgot to release the passengers in real life? Do the crew have to remind you occasionally? Most common one is in the cruise. You have turbulence, so you pop the seatbelt sign on, which it is now. Actually, no smoking off, you can light up. The most common one is you have some turbulence, you put it on, and then the turbulence stops and you forget to put it back off again. And yes, the girls, boys in the back, do have to give you a little reminder. So this weather radar in the 7.5 works very realistically, so you can set your tilt to check your weather. When you're in the cruise here, you want about -1. I said girls and boys. She might have been in the same room when she heard that. Beauty, can you post the flight plan on Instagram? I haven't printed it out today, I've just got my notepad. We'll go for it anyway. Jeremy only posts the flight plans when we're flying aircraft like the 7.2, and so you can see where the INS, you have the ND here, so you can see roughly where we are. Josh, flight this in what waypoints are you inbound to? I'll show you our flight plan. Currently inbound to 30. The Gatwick charts in. Oh my goodness me. Oh my god. Interesting. That's a little bit close for comfort. I should think he's just bubbling. What speed is he doing? We're about to fly straight through him. So there's the decas. I'll show you the routine shortly. He's only 2,700 feet above us. And we're definitely going much, much, much faster than him. Here's a good thing. So if the aircraft remains at the same point in the windscreen, that means it's conflicting, it's going to probably hit it. And he's staying very stationary. I'm hoping, seeing, what's he in? He's in a 380. I'm hoping he's heavy and will climb above him. In real life, you probably hit up his wake, which could potentially flip the aircraft over. Ooh, getting centre here, contact me, 131.1 is going to be like conflicting traffic. Brussels Centre, good afternoon. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, climbing flight level 370, inbound 30. We see the traffic ahead.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray here, Royal 5.
We said stand by, I think. We'll go through the waypoints we're routing very shortly. Let's see what he has to do because we've got some conflicting traffic. I've got one to go.
50.
I think we're just going to be below him.
30.
He's climbing
20,
high, look. There's going to be a 500-foot separation. It's like in-flight refueling. Thank you very much, Marcus, for the €5 donation. Hi, Flight. It's been great to watch you flying at my hometown airport. Thanks for streaming. Thank you very much, Marcus, for your kind donation there. Yeah, it's been a while, you know. Until I can't believe I haven't been to Vienna before. But yeah, great to be flying there today. Look at that. What's he got? He must have a problem. Look how slow he's going. That is super cool, though. Yeah, he must be climbing up to 3.8. He's 1,000 feet above. That is fine. TCAS warning going wild. It shouldn't do. It shouldn't do. It's looking at the closure rate. If he's 1,000 feet above. But he is going slow. Oh no, he's going the exact same speed. Look at that. That's worth a screenshot. That is an A380 that looks like it's about to fall out the sky. What is his cruise speed? That's unbelievable. I thought the 380 was pretty quick. Nancy Teal, the Alpaca Airways Top and Climb brought to you by B&Q to the DIY Centre for those in need of his and her sheds. Thank you very much, Anthony. Yes, Marina is sleeping in the shed tonight because she decides to paint on half of my clothes. Student Pie, have you installed the sound pack for the 7.5? I have. He's fine, Mac decimal 04. Brilliant. He has low FPS, probably. No, it's definitely not anyone causing issues. He's just on his way. But he is going very slowly. Good. So, top of climb. Let's have a look at our ETA. So we're saying 18:16 Zulu, that's perfect. I want to land at around between 18:15 and 18:30 Zulu for the sunset. We should be right touching down just before the sunset. Look at that, 4.7 tons on arrival. We need 3.2, I think it was, for Budapest. We're arriving a good 25-30 minutes of holding fuel. I didn't go too crazy on that because there's one runway for landing, one for takeoff, so you know they can at least keep the aircraft flowing in. I think they depart on 29. With the Western configuration, so you depart on 29, land on 34 in Vienna. Right overhead, Brussels. In fact, our first ever stream in the 757 was from Brussels.
Brussels radar, good evening, Carolux 799.
Station ID, Mary.
Brussels control, Carolux 799, we are on the ground in Luxembourg. Copy of our clearance to Vienna.
So I'm going to Vienna from Luxembourg. Justin Wilkes, is this X-Plane? Yes, it is.
Asmox 4 Tango, runway 06.
X-Plane 11.
Line 4000, squawk 1000, Carolux 799. 799, I think it's correct.
What is going on?
We are ready for push and start now, Carolux 799. Carolux 799, push and push.
Dougal, what's happened to Zebo? It must have been a week since his last update. I've not spoken to him recently. He did release something last night. I haven't fired up the Zebo mod since Schiphol stream on Sunday, but I'm going to be looking at it Friday for the this weekend. We will see what he's been up to. I think he's had some fixes and stuff. He knew that we had those issues with LNAV on the stream, and he found the bug for that, I think. I haven't flown for a while.
Packet 265.
Packet 265.
Level 250.
And Flight X locked, isn't it? Let's go have a look around the back.
Packet 265, Brussels, around 550 direct.
Well, that's what I really like. They've got the proper Boeing emergency torches. It's exactly what they look like on the 7.3 as well. That's cool. This stuff. Control PTU. Interesting, I don't touch any of that stuff. That looks like a far comfier jump seat than on the 7.3. A little bit more space, but it's got two jump seats. You don't have that silly folding chair that you get in the 7.3, which is like sitting on a most uncomfortable thing ever. It's quite a nice cabin actually in the 7.5.
Bye bye.
Oh, we've got Alpaca exclusive here.
Alpaca 265,
no screens though. Is this the livery I had last time?
Alpaca 265, it's Fremont, Sierra, Papa,
Here's alpaca cattle.
Negative, we don't have an route waypoint on our flight plan. Alpaca 265, that's
Very quiet back here. Thanks for subscribing, Igor. Welcome on board. Oh, look, it's our colleagues. Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, also going very slow. They're absolutely destroying everyone today. Look at that tailwind as well. Look at that. 100 knots on the tail, ground speed 553 knots. We are shifting. No time we had a good tailwind. But you always want the tailwind on the last sector, not the first. Matt, you've made an alpaca cabin design for the 737. It's over in Discord. I might go take a look. I did see, I think, Matt. I need to run some of those things by Zebo first. You know, I don't know. I know he allows certain modifications with liveries and stuff, but I'm going to make sure that he's happy with me using that before I start changing things like that. Oh, Henry, you should try the jump seat in the RJ135 that's horrendously small for someone of the height of 6'2". I found sadly the pedestal was the only option. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, in the 7.3, you've got two jump seats. The one behind the captain you can forget about, unless you want to have your legs removed or amputated when he moves his seat backwards. The one here, which folds down from there, yeah, I mean, it's a nice little technique. This, and I'm sure it's the same in a 7.5, you can rip off, just held up by Velcro, and then you can put that on the seat. It makes it much more comfortable. But yeah, it's jump seating is not the most comfortable experience. Tesla guy, I hope you're doing well, sir. Would you say the 737-200 is a good aircraft to learn to fly as your first in the simulator? I wouldn't say so, no. Is it useful to learn some of the raw data skills? Absolutely, and very rewarding to fly, but as a first-time aircraft, I probably wouldn't recommend Fly J Sim. Not saying it's a bad product, it's one of the best payware aircraft you can get. I absolutely love flying it. You know, start off with a light aircraft. Even X-Plane has some basic flight lessons, which are very, very useful to do. They'll teach you the basics and then work your way up. Paul, in real life you wouldn't have tailwinds. Is there no tailwind up here? This is pretty accurate, I've always found. Active sky winds. I'm guessing it's there in real life. It always has been. About an hour and 15 minutes to go. Just the one sector today, guys. Just the one, I'm afraid. But I might do something Friday night. Saturday busy, and then Sunday I haven't decided what we might do. We might do something a little bit different, a bit more fun. It's been a while since I've played any games on the stream. I'm thinking I might do some more warfare, just for a bit of fun, just for a bit of chat, because as much as I do love streaming X-Plane 11, they do require a considerable amount of preparation and setting up. And I've got something organised on Saturday for the members. Which is taking a few days organised setting up, and I was thinking of perhaps jumping on War Thunder on Sunday night, just doing just a bit of a chill stream. Siraj B, any chance of Concorde flight? It is coming. It's coming. I have it. I haven't flown it. I haven't learnt it. I will, and we will stream it soon.
Heading 120.
Christian, have you tried out the TBM 900 and X-Plane 11? Nope, but I've heard very good things about it. Matt Haynes, hi Flight Sim, could you please post your view settings on the numpad? I've got my prefs file, but what I'll do, I'll just nip onto Discord and I'll copy and paste what I have assigned to each view, which is quite useful. And I use this kind of numpad setup for every aircraft. So for example, I have 2 for the MCP and the Zebra mod here, 4 is the low overhead panel circuit breakers there, because there's no up overhead panel, 6 pedestal, 7 left view cabin, 8 view, 8 is right view cabin, 9 is first officer. So yeah, I'll find you something straight away. Where is the commands? much use this would be, but it's what I have assigned to each button on the number pad. There you go. Leighton Austin, how do you become a member? I can't find your Discord or a link. Leighton, the membership is a £5 a month in the UK, which you get to use your custom emojis in chat. Monster Unicom 122.8, Alpaca 5, Lima X-ray, good evening, sir. Perfect, back onto Unicom. Yeah, Leighton, the membership link, it should be about saying join. I don't think you get it on mobile, I think you have to be on a PC watching it and stuff. And that's the only way to get to our Discord as well. Sammy, will you do an A350 flight soon? I'd love to see how well you learn with different aircraft. I think a lot of people know how I handle the Airbus. I don't think there's a decent one. There's no good 787 A350 or any I don't think there's any good wide-body jet for Explode 11. The best kind of largest aircraft flown is the Tupolev Tu-154 by Felis, which is brilliant. And Felis, the developers, that's also making a 747-200, which I'm keeping a close eye on. Hopefully there'll be something out there. Boy Byron, are you ever going to review the PMDG NGXU? I've never tried it. I only had the NGX on FSX, but I don't even have FSX installed now. So we'll have to see if they ever come to X-Plane, which I don't think they will, because I understand they're working towards Microsoft flights in 2020 and the NGX then, and that will probably be the next time we fly it. But it is good. It is good. Felix is here. Excuse me. Someone mentioned me. Talking about your excellent Tupolev. In fact, there's an event going on soon where I was thinking of actually taking the Tupolev. There's a Frankfurt-Moscow flight going on Moscow-Frankfurt. I might do that on VATSIM, which could be absolutely absolute carnage. Jason Madden, how far out are you? I should think we'll be touching down here in approximately 1 hour. Remember, you got the time up here on Sim Toolkit Pro, but that is as the crow flies at the present speed, so don't bear in mind we do need to slow down, and we'll actually be landing on the other runway facing direction. I would say about 55 minutes an hour.
Minimum.
Thank you very much, Matt Haynes, for your membership. Welcome on board, sir. Glad you are enjoying the content. You'll get the exclusive members-only content. Very, very kind of you, Matt Haynes. Thank you indeed. I think it's working on the 200 done with the autopilot. Need to make some C4 CIWS, control steering, and then I start coding the INS. That's really cool, Felix. I'm in your Discord. I've not been really keeping on touch, but yeah, let me know how you progress with that. Of course, when that 200's done, we'll be doing a flight now back to the INS, back to some old war navigation. I think we'll do one of those epic adventures that we did, like cross the pond or something. We'll probably do like Heathrow to Singapore or something. Rita's quiz today. No planned quiz today, I'm afraid. Actually, obviously, I don't know if you know, but we found that doing it on YouTube isn't the best because of the latency between different users and stuff. But we do the occasional giveaway now on quiz, but no plans for that one today. Usually we like to plan that prior to the stream. Just a short stream in the 7.5 today. Not 50 giveaway. I'm not going to do a giveaway every day, but I promise you we'll do them every other stream, a quiz or a giveaway. I need to actually get hold of Teespring, because at the moment when we do the giveaways of merch, it works. What I do, get in contact with you after the stream, I PayPal the funds, and then you can get it yourself. I need to see if Teespring will allow me to perhaps bulk buy a certain amount of product, and then I give you a code to use in the checkout, and then you could get it for free that way. I think that'd be the best way. Jason Madden, are pilots still getting paid during quarantine, or are yours being told to hold up with what you have for now? Jason, I don't go into too much detail about my operator and stuff, but I am furloughed, and yes, we've had a significant cut in pay, which I think many people in all sorts of industries have had, and we're just accepting it, sitting at home, and we're getting the furlough payment from the government until the end of this month, and then afterwards, who knows? Who knows? Thanks for subscribing, Jan. Onijin, welcome on board. Marina Lou, blah blah blah. Like the video, guys. Thank you very much, Marina, who's in the other room today. That's because when I stream in the spare bedroom, we don't have a sofa or a chair to sit on or anything. It's I'm on like lovely Secret Labs chair, which the members got me last year. It was very kind of them. Hi Dimitri, hope you're doing well. Good to see you on the Boeing pencil, Captain. It's got a great X-Men add-on. It's very, very good, high quality payware add-on, and now I'm running Vulcan. It's running quite smoothly, and I did purchase that the screen add-on package for me personally. I know it didn't affect everyone, but it had a huge impact on my performance. The screen add-on, about 5-10 FPS, but I'm back to the old school original screens. And to be fair, I do prefer this layout, so it's a win-win situation. Mush, why does the notification bell never alert me when you go live? I don't know much things about the YouTube. I think you have to click notify, the bell icon, turn all that on to be notified. But keep follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. 99% of the time, if I'm streaming, I just spend half an hour setting the stream up, and I always post on the story of Instagram with a countdown timer for the stream on Facebook, and I always tweet it now as well. No excuses. Tesla guy, 737-300 flight once updated. Yes, I did see that IXEG are going to be updating that soon, which would be great because it really needs an update, and I think inherently it's a good quality add-on. We flew it and it seemed to work fine, but I did 2 sectors on the second sector. It was doing all sorts of funny things, but I'll put that down to the fact that X-Plane has been updated significantly since that aircraft was last updated. Right, let me just check all that traffic here. Faithful app on my phone. But there is
50,
ATC, but I think
40,
only
30,
the sector below us.
20.
Thank you very much, Felis Leopard, for the donation. Oh, you're going to set off Microsoft...
Central Instrument Warning System, similar to recall button on 737. Also I see 4 bugs on IAS gauge in this 757. What is the usual layout? My 742 has them and I still don't know how to set them.
Oh, thank you very much, Felis Leopard, for your continued generation, generosity. I said generation, that was a generosity donation in one word. I put that in the Oxford Dictionary. Thank you very much, Felis. So these bugs, I think, represent the different speeds you can have. So I think this is the clean speed. I think this is the gear down flat 15 or 20 speed in the 7.5, and then I think probably VREF and VFly. I'm not sure how these move. I know certain payware aircraft or add-on aircraft you can actually physically move them. You can't here. As an experiment, try and let's just set flat 30 as our landing speed and flap setting now. There you go. You see how the bugs move? They're basing it off VREF, and in Boeing aircraft, Felis, I'd be confident saying that the 200 is the case. All the bug speeds are based off your VREF selected speed, usually the VREF 40 and the 7.3. So you select your VREF and your flap 25 speed, your flap 15 speed, your flap 5 speed, your flap 1 speed, or whatever they are. They're all added off from VREF in the 737 from VREF 40. So for example, flap 5 is VREF 40 plus 30, flap 1 is VREF 40 plus 50, the up speed is VREF 40 plus 70 in the 7.3. For the 7.4 200, don't know how it works. I'd be surprised if it's different. They're all very similar, the Boeing aircraft. But I hope that makes sense, Liz. Thank you for your generosity. Oh my god. I'll go answer that. Wolf Trail, do you like travel vlogs? I don't generally watch much stuff on YouTube, if I'm honest. I have my channel stream. I like to watch a lot of actually I watch a lot of gaming videos and stuff when they're coming on. Not as much as I used to. A lot of stuff about space. A fantastic documentary on VATSIM, the Apollo 11 documentary. It's about an hour and a half long, just about the launch of Apollo 11, the mission across to the moon, the landing, the return. Absolutely brilliant. I think it's reformatted footage. It looks like it was filmed yesterday. Really, really good. Yeah, that sort of stuff I like to watch. Infinite Flying on VATSIM, yes we are. Streamlabs says, thank you for subscribing. ELL, thank you very much, welcome aboard. Salim, nice
50,
tailwind. Yeah, we are
40,
shifting
30,
quickly here.
20,
550 knot ground
10.
speed. Thank you very much, Creature2 for the £3 donation. Had some errands to take care of. Now I'm here. How are you doing with the pencil flying today? Also, how many alpacas on board? Thank you very much, Creature2. The flying pencil is flying just smoothly. We have a full load of passengers today. There we are, 170. That's as many as you can get into the Flight Factor 757. And we're all very excited to go and blow our horns on the Alps. Wow, I'm being really naughty here. I don't know what else we can do in Austria. Alpine blow horns? I don't know. I've never visited. Thank you very much, Creature2. Eat some chocolate perhaps as well. Oh, I said documentary on VATSIM, did I? Oops, I meant Netflix. I definitely said VATSIM because I can't remember saying Netflix. Classic. So yeah, that's Vulcan. That's Vulcan causing these little
50,
flashing textures.
40, 30,
thank you
20,
very much. Step
10.
on the board for your very generous $20 donation. Thank you very much, sir. Very kind. I do feel guilty because my employer is a supermarket chain. Our industry has seen growth and strong performance during the crisis. I'm sorry to hear this furloughing cuts. Best wishes. Well, oh, man.
Traffic.
That's my instinct coming in here. Well, he's only 800 feet below. That should not be causing a TCAS. That's, I mean, 800 would be approximate, but it's triggering TA there. Let's see him fly past. That's spurious though, TA. Give me 2 seconds, step on the ball. Let's just have a look at this guy. If it's night time, just do this. Don't do that. Hopefully I'll wave back. Alright, calm down. That's a little bit too excessive. That's super cool though. Same airway. Step on the ball, yeah. Not at all. I mean, I'm glad you're still in work, and like many people, but you're a frontline worker there. Step on the ball. You're just exposing yourself just as much as many people. So everyone in chat here, we should give you some credit for continuing to work and exposing yourself to potential problems and stuff. But I'm safe. I hope my job's in the line after all this, as many of you in chat have that issue too. But thank you very much, Step on the Ball, for your kind donation. Who's Wolf Trail? Who's a bot? What? Are they talking to a robot? Fair enough. I'm trying to find it, I can't find anything there. Thank you very much, Kieran Harvey, for your £2 donation, very kind. Your London Gatwick challenge, what do you mean by unloading the wing? Very good question, Kieran. I'll just wait for the thing to come up. Yes, you're not going to end up very well. I'll even do it myself.
50, 40, 30,
Kieran, yes, unloading
20,
the wing. So
10.
when we were doing that really steep turn, you're adding G loading to the aircraft. Increase your G-force, you increase the positive G, you increase your stall speed to the point where actually if you're doing 0 G, if you're weightless, the aircraft stall speed is 0 knots. So if you unload the wing, you're actually pitching down, you're reducing the G-force. It's going to do this every time someone flies up to me. Every time you unload the wing, you're reducing the G-force, which reduces your stall speed. So when I had a stick shaker, I just pushed the nose forward to reduce the G. Is it going to do that every time? I mean, that is incorrect. If I put this to TA briefly. Well, there it is. There's Speed Bird. I think I might. Someone could drop a little email to Flight Factor to say they need to allow their TCAS system to be a little less effective. And it's no issue here. 800 feet, usually 1,000.
Traffic.
But because there's no closure between the two aircraft, it shouldn't be causing a TA like that. See, putting it to TA makes no difference at all. As it should do, because to be fair, it's just a TA. It should still do traffic. Thank you very much, Dimitri, for your kind words.
40.
And donation there, $20. A little something towards getting a pint of harp and the FT Sim Plus sound pack for this bird. It's worth it. Keep up the good work you're doing, Kat. Well, thank you very much for that. Yes, because at the moment I just have the free sound pack. I know there's one there, but it involves some sort of patron donation. But if it's worth the upgrade, I'll get it, Dimitri. Thank you very, very much for that. I don't know if you thought it was that one, but I feel very guilty if you did. You give me something back, but I'll definitely look into getting the proper one, Dimitri, now if you so wish with that donation. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you very much as well, Tom Pascoe, for the $5 donation. Another something for the Flight Tech household. Maybe a drink for Mariana for her new shed. And for Fred watching for the first time as well. Thank you very much, Tom Pascoe, for your continued support and generosity there. And hello, Tom Pascoe's friend. Yes, Mariana might end up in the shed tonight based on her banter and more painting on my flip-flops, but what am I meant to do? Thank you very much, guys. Very kind, all of you. So we are a right turn now over Osbit. Our father, hey, can you do a Boeing 787 stream on a shore haul? I'd love to, but I don't think there's a decent 78 available for X-Men. I know there is one. That's Vulcan, by the way, guys, just doing that. I know there is one, but I don't think it's of a standard we like to use on my streams and stuff. No offence to the guys that made that. I'm sure it's very good for just general flying around and stuff, but I try and keep to a very high quality freeway and pay your aircraft. Tim, I might have a little drink tonight. I'm going to have a little drink whilst playing on the Xbox. And because myself and my friends are furloughed, we do a bit of a session. 1, 2 o'clock in the morning we'll be going for. I'm very excited. Call of Duty Warzone.
50,
David B, I need to spat my drink out.
30,
Thank you very much
20,
for the £5 donation.
10.
How long to Vienna? I need to put my bulk buy of strudel in. There are other pastries available, of course. Thank you very much, David B.
50,
We've got about
40,
I
30,
reckon about 50 minutes
20,
to go. Thank you very much,
10.
David. Very, very kind. Oh dear. And also, sorry, I got the stream donations, but thank you very much. Cesar Ruler donated £2. Thank you very much, sir. Hey, big fan. Any recommendations for good online ground school? Thank you very much, says Arula. Good question. Now, I mean, I don't know if you're in flight training or you just want to learn stuff. There's a lot of useful resources online. There is one called, I think it's Aviation Sky Library. Yeah, Sky Library Aviation Safety is very, very good. It's called skybury.aero. Lots of useful information there about rules and stuff like that, human performance, rules of the air and stuff. It's not official, but you should always, if you're in flight training, you know, only follow your guidance there. But yeah, the Skybury I can recommend. I often cross-check certain things in the manuals. If you wanted to fly a particular aircraft online, on Flight Sim, you know, a lot of useful documentation available from the companies that make these products and stuff. I like to think my videos are a useful resource, but obviously unofficial, very unofficial, just for entertainment as well. But yeah, there's plenty to learn. I still learn something new every day as well. So yeah, good luck with it. Thank you for your donation, sir. Right, guys, we are in a bit of an uncontrolled airspace here, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to have a very quick break into the little boys' room, and then we'll start talking about the descent approach into in Vienna. So guys, bear with me, I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for that, guys. Feeling much better. I just listened into the stream on my laptop. Definitely the music is very echoey. I have no idea what's causing that. So long as I'm not echoey and the sim's fine, that's okay, because we play music on streams. No idea what's causing that. Much better. Right. Let's top and drop here. 160 miles. So I think on the FMC it doesn't give you a top of descent ETA. Oh, it does there, the top of descent. 45. So 20 minutes till top of descent. Another 5 minutes we'll start setting up for the approach. There's Salzburg. We've flown in there a few times. Lovely airport there, right in the foothills of the Alps. In fact, I don't know if you can see the Alps right now. No, not today. We will as we get closer to Vienna. Luke Bruce, are you going to do a Concourse stream when you get to 50,000? That is the plan, sir. So, don't forget to subscribe. Disappointingly, I've only noticed we've got 450 likes or so. So don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Marina said 757 likes for the 757. Don't want to be upsetting her, otherwise you'll end up sleeping in a shed. Message here. Attention pilots, an exam going on in UKBV, it's supposed to be Ukraine. Fly IFR VFR. We don't have time today, sir. Flight, no, 45k, I can't wait that long, we'll see. I don't usually link a subscription target to a stream. Yes, on the whole numbers I sometimes do something a bit different, but I usually just do them whenever I usually think, well, that would be a good idea. I know Concorde will be a popular one, but I want to do it, make sure I do that properly. A lot of preparation will go into that to make sure we can actually do it as realistically as possible. I'm actually looking forward to learn how to manage that aircraft, fly supersonically. A lot of things change from an aerodynamics perspective, so I'm actually going to look at all the old ATPL knowledge on supersonic flight and get a little bit more clued up to that. Be good fun. Can you drop the mic or drop engine sounds? Is it a bit quiet, a bit loud in the sim? Hold on, it's so low in here already. Here you go, load it a bit further now. Anything Concorde to make me a member. Subscribers, members, always welcome, regardless. Right, let's have a... How's the volume now? It sounds very quiet now for me, the Flight Factor 75. Right here. I think we'll turn it up when we get slow. I think it really replicates the noise of airflow quite well. In the 7.3 it's certainly very loud. Thanks for subscribing, Noodle. Welcome on board. Samuel, what shaders do you use? I don't even know what a shader is. This is Vanilla X-Plane 11 on Vulcan. My plugins, I had X-Vision before, but now this is just default. And the clouds, I think, are Active Skies non-detailed clouds. They only look really good. Yeah, works out well. Sound is now good. Thank you. Thanks for keeping me posted. Feedless Leopard, do you calculate V-speeds manually or do you get it in papers before flight? We have, well, previously we had something called an RTOW booklet, which had the speeds based on the particular runway at the airport, and your fixed D-rate thrust settings, so 22, 24, 26k on the 7.3, and then you'd see what you could lift, your maximum weight, and that would be next to an assumed temperature which you put in the FMC. Now it's all done on the iPad, so you simply, there's an app
50,
by Boeing,
40,
you punch the information
30,
in,
20,
your parameters,
10.
the weather, your gross weight, it just tells you straight away. It's easy as that, easy as that. Thank you very much, Boyd Borman. Another donation coming in, so very kind, sir. £3. I don't know why, but I cannot enter the Discord, even though while I'm a member, my Discord won't recognise it. Boyd Borman will get you all set up. If you have further issues after the stream, drop me a message on Facebook or Instagram. I'll get you all sorted, or an email. Go to Google, search Discord, YouTube synchronisation. the first link there, hit that and follow the steps carefully. Do that on your Discord on your web browser, or I've learned the Discord app on your desktop. I've said some people told me that didn't work. It certainly works on the Discord app on your web browser. But we'll get you sorted, Boy Barman. Just drop me a message on a social media feed after the stream. I usually have a few minutes break just to catch my breath, have something to eat or drink, but we'll try and get back to you before the end of the day. But thank you for your donation. We would have, you didn't just drop me an email. That's fine, man. That's completely fine. Thanks for subscribing, Christo Roaring. Welcome aboard. Wow, full ATC in Austria. It doesn't look too busy actually. Probably should have come in a little bit later, but I wanted to ensure we had some daylight there. I need to turn Discord off. It's pinging in the background here. Right, let's now have a look at starting to set up this aircraft. So you can see, look, this is Ortho doing this at 23 FPS. And it's not the best. I think it's the combination of the 7.5, Ortho, everything flat out. Generally in the mod, I'm getting 30-35. As long as it doesn't go below 20, I mean, it's running smooth. As long as it's above 20, which is any lower than that, your eye begins to pick up the fact that you're not seeing a constant picture. It's fine, but we're struggling a little bit. Right, so descent page. If I remember rightly, you can't set or change any of these settings in the FMC. They're fixed, unfortunately. The VNAV descent in the 7.5 seems to be different. There's no idle path descent. It descends with thrust on, which I've been told is how it works. So we won't have to worry too much about that. Now the fixed rings as well, we'll put on the landing runway. In the 7.5, the layout's slightly different for the runway. In the 7.3 has RW for runway, then 3.4. Here we have the 4-letter ICAO code, and then 3.4 to put in for the fixed rings. It won't even let me select it. Invalid select, interesting. Well, I think it did work before. Low, 3.4. And then we're going to put a 10-mile ring. That's the point I at least want to have flap 1 selected. I'm going to go gear down, flap 15 at 5 miles today, usually 4, but I want to configure a little bit earlier, hand flight where possible. And we're cruising at 37,000 feet, 37 times 3, 111. So that's all loaded in and set. That makes sense. Double check it anyway by looking on the EFIS. Yep, there's our descent ring. It's a little bit earlier, Topson's coming in a bit later, but that's because it's an RNAV arrival with several restrictions on it. Let's go to plan here. We'll step through all the points regardless anyway. So the FMC fixed rings are in. Let's reduce the zoom here. So we're expecting the Budex 1 November arrival. So arrival Budex. No, it's not Budex 1 November. I can't even read my writing. Budex 1 Whiskey. There we are. Why did I put? Oh no, I can read my writing. I put Budex 1 November because I'm an imbecile. It is the Budex 1 Whiskey. So Budex 1 Whiskey, which is there, starting at Budex, and after that we're going to select the ILS 3-4. Kieran Harvey, gear down flap 20, I think it's flap 30, which is its highest flap setting, and it has very low approach speeds, this aircraft. Oh yeah, I need to set the RNAV arrival, which is the Nerdu for November. Where are you? Perfect. And then the approach is going to be ILS 3-4. We'll grab the airport chart as well, and the taxi chart too. Right, we've got all the charts we need. So here's the arrival as an RNAV arrival for us. Just trying to make it a little bit bigger so it's clear if you can. So let's get this here, that there, so you can hopefully step through my briefing. So let's go to the legs page. So we're inbound here to Abudo, and then it is going to be Budex, which is for our arrival. 170 above checks, there's going to be 22 miles to Gimbo checks. Ladag at above 6,000 feet, will be well above that. Look, it says 317 here. Masseur, speed limit point. Now that says to me Masseur, flight level 170. That is interesting. So 170 up above, but that definitely says with waypoint number 1. Between 5:30 and 23:30. Masseur at below flight level 170. Checking on my charts from my operator, it does say the same. So we're going to put 170. That puts you very low, very early, but we'll comply with the restriction anyway. I'll ask ATC. No, not 170. /170. Why is it saying 170? Do I have to put the hold in? Interesting. That's worked. So Masseur flight level 170. Then Tempter. So that's why it's always really important to check your FMC, go through your charts, because it doesn't always have it set in the FMC. The restrictions. Check centre 12712. Oh,
2.1.
Oh, Victor Benatis then. Is it Praha? I think it is Praha. I'll say good evening because I'm not sure. I said good evening, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. We're maintaining flight level 370 inbound Tempter.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, hello, radar. Please use squawk 1453.
Squawk 1453, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. I knew it was Praha. 3, there we are. Daniel Smith, yes, of course, you'll be very pleased.
Radar, good evening, Ryan.
So, from Tempter to Nerdu 6,000 above checks. That's the initial approach point. We'll head to the hold if they're busy there. Speed restriction 270. Okay. We'll do 273. I'm sure they won't be 273. Checks. So then we have a transition.
Last transition was booked, Ryanair 77 Bravo Zulu, say again.
So there's Nerdu, then we're inbound to Whiskey 987, and it's just one of these classic RNAV points. This takes you right hand downwind to Bean the airfield. So we need to listen carefully.
Ryanair 77 Bravo Zulu, perhaps.
Turn ATC down, I will do. These volumes I really don't have. It's so low already. There we are, I've turned it down to, it's down to 2 now, it was on 5, it's on 2%, unbelievably.
Rock radar, hello, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, eastbound.
I can't hear it now. I'm going to have to turn it up a tiny bit, guys. Hopefully that's it. So yeah, it takes us downwind. You check all the points here. Now what I'm going to do, I don't expect I'm going to go all the way here. I'm actually going to put Whiskey.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, hello,
he's loud, the other
break,
guys.
Papa 4 Mike Echo Sierra.
I'm going to put 6,000 as a hard altitude here at 981 because I anticipate a turn in at that point. I didn't want to be a little bit lower, but that's going to put us far lower. If you look at the moment, if I don't put that restriction, we're going to be at 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet. I can't accept a base turn there. So I'm going to change it from 6,000 above to a hard altitude to allow for a little bit more of a straight in, which will put us, it will put us 5,000 feet low on profile. Based on what I expect, it's exactly what I do in reality. So VNAV's better placed now to put us in a position for a 10-mile final. So that's it, otherwise we'll have to go all the way around in onto the extended sense line. Everyone's stepping on each other. So here's the...
Heading Victor Lima, Mike.
Blocked, say again, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, better ready, descent level 330, level by Abudo.
Send flight level 330 and ready, a level by Abudo, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. There we are, so 330.
359, immediate turn right heading 260, use traffic.
What am I going to idle for?
We are turning 260 and 359. Okay, 359, turn right heading 270 now.
So Abudo slash, yeah, look, estimating 319, so it will be VNAV places at lower altitude there.
Level 330 inbound.
So we don't need to put any restriction, or you can, you can put 330 below.
Blocked. Break, Alpaca 5 Lima, X-ray contact, wind radar frequency 134.350.
134.350, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, bye. So yeah, it won't let me put full altitude in, but I'm going to leave it as it is. We'll brief the ILS very soon, but it looks like we're just starting to descend now to make that restriction. Let's just get this EFIS panel sorted out. Everyone's stepping on top of each other there. 134.35 I think it was. Thank God for that.
Identified descent flight level 170 on Budex 1 Whiskey, arrival speed 280 knots.
This guy sounds clear. You can't hear me over 86. Oh my God, it's literally on my volume mixer, it's at 4% now. Any lower, I can't hear it. I'm going to have to turn my...
In the radar, just to confirm, Alpaca 27 Lima wants to clear to 270.
Alpaca 27 Lima, 170.
170.
That's as loud, that's quite as I'm going to have to play with the settings there. Veen radar, good evening. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, descending flight level 330 at Abudo.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, Veen radar service identified, cleared Budex 1 Whiskey, arrival, descent flight level 170, speed 280 knots.
Cleared Budex 1 Whiskey, descent flight level 170, speed 280 knots, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So firstly, altitude for
KLM 779, the traffic turn right heading 110. 110 KLM 779.
Cleared on the Budex 1 Whiskey, he wants 280 knots, so let's just go flight level change here. That's going to make you feel sick. Double back, 280, there we are. Perfect, now we're back in order. 280 knots.
Alpaca 27 Lima proceed direct Mars.
And we've been cleared on the Budex 1 Whiskey as expected. There is Budex now. ILS 34, that's all we have left to brief.
Radar, Austria,
God, that made me feel a bit sick there. It's a bit aggressive in pitch. So 108.1. Final approach track is 340. Yeah, I need to have a play with the VATSIM volume settings because on my volume mixer I have VATSIM now. It's set to 2% out of 100 on the slider, and I can barely hear it, but you guys are saying it's very loud, so it's playing through desktop audio as well, but I'll have a play later. So we've got that set as well. Flight check 1877, airport elevation 600, high terrain to the southwest 4700. 3 degree ILS, minimum stand 794, so decision height is 208, and I can't set the minimums any other way apart from decision height. Now this is bugged, I think. Look, it doesn't come up, but you can still see it on the PFD.
Austin 7 for Alpha, contact Dean 129
so decision height 210, but usually comes up down there. So it's 208, that's fine.
129
that's it. Really.
Alpaca 27 Lima confirmed direct Mars.
So expecting, I think we'll get a direct, hopefully at some point here, shortcut, if not we'll plan the arrival as per the RNAV transition NERDU for November. If they go around, it's climb straight into 9.8 dB, excuse me, off the VOR, and then a right turn, kind of 5,000. Straightforward ILS. And there we are. I read in the airfield brief earlier, they would like you to ideally vacate at Bravo 9. It's quite short, but it is doable. It's around 1,700 metres, I think. So we'll aim for Bravo 9, if not Bravo 7, and then we'll taxi in via Delta or Echo, and then onto the apron here.
Alpaca 27 Lima, stop descent,
I'm a little unfamiliar with Innsbruck, Vienna, but we'll take our time.
779er, resume on navigation, direct Mars.
Right, we've got left landing performance, then we're going to go for flap 30, we're going to burn another 800 kilos of fuel. Landing weight is going to be 80.9.
Radar service from the Austrian 923, 23, level 230.
Let's put the order brake to
240 inbound
super
Lugan.
heavy, and we'll brake manually. Look at that approach speed is so low, so that's it. Looking good.
Recleared 320, Austrian 923.
Alpaca 27 Lima,
So we've got 150 miles to go. We're getting very, very low, but that's because of that restriction we had to put in, remember, at Massa. So I'm just going to have to use a little speed brake here just to make sure that we make that massa restriction whilst doing 280. Yes, it's inefficient, we're going to have a level segment there, but we have to comply with our restrictions on the start. So there we are, massa 170 below. And that's very, very low, very early. Look at that guy, oh my days. Really, really, really tired.
Bean Radar, that was Lufthansa 9912 Heavy, flight level 380. Lufthansa 9912, Bean Radar, the Airbus identified. KLM 779,
back in as soon as you're back on with
134.675, bye-bye. 134.675, KLM 779.
I'm very quiet, am I now, Will? I've not changed any settings with the volume.
München 132.55, bye-bye.
Apparently sound all good, according to my...
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray speed 250 knots.
Reduce speed 250 knots, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So keep that speed brake out, just to make sure we can make that 170 restriction, and we're reducing to 250. Could be quite busy here. Yeah, Marion, confirmed, volume's fine. 80's louder than you, I can't get it any lower without not hearing it. If you can see my volume mixer, X-Pilot is at 2%. If I go one more down on the mouse wheel, it's off. So, I don't know. I've turned it down, like, with my mouse to 1. Steve Jenkins, see my above message. Can't see it, Steve, sorry, I'll try and keep on top of it. Right, there's back onto VNAV now. Now it is really quiet. It varies hugely. Need to select to do 250 knots.
Proceed direct Mazur, descent flight level 170, speed 280 knots or greater.
Keep that speed brake out because we're going too fast, so we're back to VNAV about updating the target speed.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
So that, I can hear ATC fine, it's the other people talking to him that I can't hear at all. Thank you very much, Kick to My Cat. Welcome on board. Glad you joined the content. You've always been here, commenting away, but thank you for now joining as a member. And we'll catch you later on Discord. Thank you very much, sir. Right, back to
12 contact München 132.550, bye-bye. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray contact 134.675, bye-bye.
134.675, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Thanks, AC, bye. So I think we can come back with the speed brake now. There we are. 134.675. Cool. Reaching 170. I'm just going to use that speed brake. Just struggling to maintain 250 knots there. Just trying someone there. There we are, 250. Steve Jakes, remember the other day we tuned your master volume up and gave you more room to tweak the other channels on the mixer? Yeah, I've done that. X-Pilot's on 1% now, Stephen Jakes. X-Pilot's on 1%. In fact, what I might do is go into X-Pilot settings and change the output volume. I need someone to talk. Very quiet now. Trying to get hold of someone, finish. Right, approaching our restriction 170 at Massa. That's been complied with. Veen radar, good evening. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray descending flight level 170 level at Massa.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, Veen radar, good evening. Identified information uniform, current expect ILS 34.
Information uniform expect ILS 34 Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Cool. So speed brake stowed for sure.
150
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, direct risk Whiskey 985, descend flight level 140.
Delta Whiskey Whiskey 985, descend flight level 140, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So, flight level 140 set. Let's just go vertical speed initially, and then we need to update our FMC, because it sounds like we've got a massive shortcut here. Whiskey Whiskey 980.
Take a look, 7536, descend flight level 140.
Yep, we did that.
Where is my 980? Can't see it.
Alpaca 05 Tango Bravo, descend 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet over.
Not on our arrival.
Good day, Oscar Food, as of you at flight level 170.
Oh, this is so awkward.
That's what it is to be radar stables identified information uniform current expect that is 34.
Ah, there we are, that's perfect. Whiskey Whiskey 980, we'll take that, and then we're going to go direct to Whiskey Whiskey 972 after that.
Contacting director 119 at this 7 Bye.
That's exactly the sort of shortcut we like to see. Execute. Happy days, would you look at that? Where's that put us on, Vienna?
Alpaca 27 Lima, descend flight level 120.
Number 120, Alpaca 27.
Oh, what's happened here? Spin me right round, baby, right round. Right, let's go to map. Oh, this EFIS panel, man. I'm sick of having it down here. There we are. Right. Leave it in vertical speed. We're approaching 1 to go. Speed's a tad high because my vertical speed was a little fast too. Put the seatbelt sign on. Where is it on this? You can refrain from smoking now as well, please. Oh! Did I go to the wrong inbound?
KLM 779.
You're saying Whiskey Whiskey 985?
100,000 feet and direction 1018 KLM 779.
Vienna, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Can you just confirm the direct again?
985.
Blocked.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, confirm direct Whiskey Whiskey 985.
Negative, we went to 980, we're now redirected to 985. Apologies for that, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, roger.
Oops! Can we get a real pilot chat? I'm sorry for whoever put the merchandise in. Where did I get 980 from? Right, that's why there's 2 of us.
Austrian 4 Delta, direct Whiskey Whiskey 985, descend flight
I should have questioned it, and I'm a bit cross with myself because it wasn't on the arrival. And when I got the direct, I was like, oh, where is that? Whiskey Whiskey 985. Okay, we need to. That's fine. We need to redo our arrival, so we are doing the full arrival in there. And for whoever purchased merchandise, I am so sorry for missing that as well. A little bit busy here, so now I need to really. Watch our rate descent here. Well, we're level now, so that's fine. This is why it's so busy and in an unfamiliar aircraft, so it's fine. What we're going to do, departure arrivals, Madam 1 Whiskey.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, descend flight level 120.
Descend flight level 120, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So it's going to go 120. What? Vertical speed, just going to do 1,000 feet.
Alpaca 27 Lima, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1018.
Whiskey Whiskey. Budex 1. Whiskey. ILS 34 via the Nerdy 4 November execute.
KLM 779 are contacting.
And now I need to get my Whiskey 985. Whiskey 985 execute. That's great, doesn't work.
Alpaca 27 Lima.
Fine, I'll bring 983 Asker after 985. Fixed it. Nothing to see here. Carry on. Other streamers are available.
Alpaca 27 Lima, contacting radar 118.775.
Back in business.
Oh, say again, Alpaca 27 Lima?
So that restriction of 170 puts us super low. Super low. Now we're a lot
50, 40,
lower than we need to be. That's because that restriction, as I mentioned, at 170. So I've got information overload on donations coming in, messages coming on Instagram. Thank you very much, Master.
5 Lima X-ray, contacting radar 118.775.
118.775, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Bye. Super busy. How many frequencies do you need?
Delta, confirm direct Whiskey Whiskey 985.
Yeah, we're bound to Whiskey Whiskey 985, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Thanks.
Oh, sorry, that was for...
I think that was for someone else. Super busy. 118. Mariana's coming asking me questions, not the right time. 01877.
10,000 feet, KLM 777.
Aviation radar, good day. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray descending flight level 120 inbound to Whiskey Whiskey 985. Stand by. I couldn't hear you there. Say again. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. I can't hear it. Like, can you just say that again? Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray.
779, descent 6,000 feet.
I can't hear it. Like, the volume of everyone is so different.
Alpaca 27 Lima, speed 220 or below.
220 or below, Alpaca 27.
I got the QNH, but what was the altitude?
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, again, descent 10,000 feet. QNH 1018.
Descend to altitude 10,000 feet. QNH 1018. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Like, I have to, like, the volumes of all the control is so different, so I couldn't hear him at all. On the first one. For you guys it's very loud, for me it's so quiet, so quiet. I could barely hear him.
250.
The volume between the guys is huge. So there we are, 10,000 feet, QNH 1018, we're passing...
119 on the 8 KLM 777. Hello, Alpaca
passing 12,100 for 10,000 feet, and standby altimeter is set.
Since flight level 140, expecting ILS runway 34, Alpaca 9 Alpha.
Alpaca 27 Lima, descent 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet, Alpaca 27 Lima.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, direct Whiskey Whiskey 983.
Direct Whiskey Whiskey 983, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Right, I heard that.
Also for Delta, are you able for the Niaru?
Execute. LNAV available, LNAV's engaged.
What was that for Delta, sir?
So it looks a bit messy here, but that's just because it's a combination of the missed approach and the hold, which is completely overlaid there. In real life, it would generate the picture of that hold.
Negative, sir. We will not be able to do that for Delta.
It is so loud. Like, the volume difference is huge.
1198, Alpaca 27 Lima.
Vienna first good day, Austrian 456, descending passing 20
I mean,
for 170
I swear I never used to have those issues with the volume. Like, the AC controller very quiet. Some traffic that he's screaming in my ear. It's just finding that happy medium. Marco, you lost the hard altitude restriction. That's a good point, but I'm just working off just mental maths here. Thank you very much. I'll try and catch that. Thank you very much. Pain in the A, boy, standard college hoodie. Thank you very much. I can't read the comments so quick. I'm just going to get this restriction back in. Thank you very much. Very kind of you for getting the hoodie there. Thank you indeed. Yeah, what was that altitude restriction I wanted? It was hard altitude at 981, I think it was. And with the 7.5, the EFIS panel here for planning. You speed 220 knots, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. You have to really. Is that for me again? It's so difficult to hear him. So 220, approaching 10,000. We can really reduce that vertical speed. And it jumped, you see that? It went from minus 700 to plus 300. Very sensitive sometimes, this vertical speed. Set altitude 6,000 feet, Alpaca 5 X-ray. So 6,000 feet set. So that restriction there is just the VNAV guidance, and just to confirm what waypoint it was Whiskey Whiskey 981. So that just helps improve your situational awareness. There we are, happy days. This EFIS panel, man, jeez.
Direct Whiskey 985, Alpaca 9 Alpha.
Cool.
Whiskey Whiskey 985, Austrian 456.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, 6,000 feet, descent, director
119.8, and we're descending to 6,000 feet, Alpaca 5 X-ray, bye. Yeah, I could barely hear that guy, it was so quiet, so quiet. Right, director frequency was What is... Oh my goodness me, how many frequencies have we got here? 1198. Where is this frequency? I'm trying to find it on X-Pilot because I didn't quite clearly hear him. What's the frequency, guys?
220 knots to confirm.
Reduce 220 knots.
Vertical speeds are too slow. Yeah, that's because... Oh yeah, we need to go for change. Yeah, what was that frequency? 119 at 8, thanks. I can't... That guy just could not hear. Could not hear. And Vienna Director, good day, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, descending 6,000 feet, QNH 1018 inbound to Whiskey 981.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, director, hello, descend 5,000.
So altitude 5,000 feet, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Right, we need to do the post-cruise checks.
5 to 6, turn right, 260, descend 3,000.
Super high workload for me here. So we're doing 220 knots. Cruise checks, fuel, lights, come on. We've got 5.6 tons, is plenty. We need 3 to divert. AP's on pressurization set, seatbelts we can verify on. Get rid of your cigarettes, and then we can do a recall. There we are, checks complete. So descending level change, 220 knots, downwind here. A little bit high for a straight in here onto a 10-mile final. We'll see what it gives us, but we're in a good position to quick configure flaps. And we can continue downwind for a short while there. And yes, Vienna is on the right-hand side. Oh, can't quite see it, just passed under our wing. You could just see the leading edge lights in there. Better for the passenger view. There we are. Lovely approach, look at this weather. Seems fiddly, yeah, that's the best way to describe flying around in this aircraft. There's a lot more... I'm unfamiliar, but a lot of things in places where I don't find it. With the EFIS not being here, like on the 7.3 in a desktop sim, it's really fiddly to find things around here. Probably, what is the spammers today? First time I really noticed them. Yeah, generally quite clear, but you just get some people who've got nothing better to do.
Wind director, good day, Austrian 4 Delta.
So yeah, this does say 1600 high, but remember that's based on us turning direct right now. But we'll just say, can we go downwind for another 5 miles or so? For that downwind as well, 25 knots. I didn't even check the weather, so busy.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000 feet, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So it looks like he's... Oh, this altitude, look, is... So fiddly, and sometimes it jumps like 1,000 feet or so. So 4,000 feet, we're still on the arrival, the transition, so we can't go heading select or anything, but we'll be able to accept a base turn soon. In fact, we'll do a speed brake now. But I think he's basically looking at my height and he'll judge when to turn me in. Tower frequency. Wow, so many controllers on here. 19.4.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, turn right, heading 250.
Heading 250 degrees, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So, heading select. 250 is base leg then. We're at a good speed here, 220 knots. We're 14 miles away. Probably a tad high, so we're actually going to go flap 1 now. Takeoff seems quite easy to get down if you need it to with the speed brakes, quite effective, but we'll keep the speed brakes stowed for now. Keep direct to Whiskey 972.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, continue right, heading 310, clear the less approach before.
Just confirm the heading, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. It's overspeeded by a knot.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, heading is 310 for confirmation.
Heading 310 degrees on the heading, cleared ILS 34 Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. It's 220 knots for flat 5. See, in the 7.3, it's 250. So that's why I went straight to flat 5, thinking 220 is fine, but 220 is the max flat placard speed for this aircraft. Right, so on the intercept heading, localizers where we expect it, going to go localizer armed. Yeah, I'm going to have to go to 210 then. Not 220 flat 5, and the 7.3 is no problem. Look at that. There's just some stuff you cannot teach. There you go. Joking. There's plenty more to learn. Right, on the glide, slow arming approach. Vertical speeds. So you guys get going. Yeah, update the FMC. I'm just using raw maths and just from experience, I know where I should be at what point on the approach, what height. It's just fine tuning it. Bring the speed back now.
Bucket 5, you make so maintain 180 or not so greater until 6 miles.
180 or greater till 6 DME, Alpaca 5 no X-ray. So 180 knots coming in. Oh, needs to put the tilt up on the weather radar. You can see got a little bit of ground cluster in there. It should be up around +5 now. Where is the weather radar? Very good. Localizer, glide slope capture. Missed approach altitude is 5,000 feet. Looks like it's set the runway heading for us. Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray established ILS 3.
Thank you.
So yeah, speed's coming back nicely. He wants 180 till 6, which we'll comply with. Steve Mayer, FPS. What are we getting right now? For some reason I can't get my avion tab up. 30 FPS, 28.
For Delta, turn right heading 250.
Okay, wind's quite strong here, 20 knots on the nose. What add-ons do you use? No add-ons, guys. This is X-Plane 11 Vanilla. It's giving me all this.
So it's Papa X-ray with you.
What's flat 15, 210? So I'm just going to keep an eye on that speed. It's slowly coming back. Pushing 10 miles. Workload's decreased a lot now. It was really busy about 10 minutes ago.
4 November transition.
Thanks for subscribing, Mike. Prepared. Welcome aboard, sir.
Approach hello, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo on the no 4 November transition, descending flight level, to 8,300.
There's our colleagues.
6,000.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo direct, hello, descend 5,000.
Descend 5,000, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
Austin for Delta, turn right heading 310, clear the less approach 34.
So, flap 15, yeah, go flap 15, which is going to help with the drag. That will just bring us back to 180, it doesn't matter if the thrust comes up. You can go gear down, I think it's flap 20 on the 7.5. Just wants that high speed all the way till 6 miles. Seems windy out there, yeah, I think it's 16 knots at the moment. A slight crosswind too is very, well not very, it's a little bit turbulent looking at that. Wonder when he's going to hand us over to tower.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, descend 4,000.
Descend 4,000, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
Looking good though. Thanks guys for tuning in, 800 people watching, brilliant, thank you very much, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, tower 123, decimal 8, bye bye.
Tower 1238, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, good day sir. That was a different frequency than I was expecting. Oh, I hate this radio.
Austin for Delta, maintain 180 or greater until 6 miles.
180 or greater until...
123.8, right, there's 5, we definitely need to configure now, gear down, flap 20. Because we're going to be going too fast. Landing checklist is coming up. I'll just check in with tower. Veen Tower, hello, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Establish ILS 3-4, 5 miles.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, Veen Tower, servos, wind 32 degrees, 9 knots, runway 34, clear to land.
Runway 34, clear to land, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. Right, been cleared to land. Flaps 25. 162 for flap 30, so flap 30, and we'll do the landing check. Start switches as none, continuous recall. Imagine this check speed brake. Oh no, that's me trying to arm it. It's so different to the Zima one. Arm green, arm, there's no green light. Landing gear down, 3 green light, the brake is set. Flaps, we've got 30 green light, lights are on, we are cleared to land. Checklist is complete. Guys, try and get your best guesses in for the landing rate. It's gone very quiet now in the sim. There we are. And I'm just going to pre-tune ground as well, 1-to-1 decimal 6. Oh no, don't do that. It's not as 1-to-1 6. I should be looking outside. Oh,
Approaching.
I hate this radio panel. Ah, right, there we are. And someone's shouting in my ear as well, guys. Right, disconnecting. All the throttles off. Oh, shush. Right. I would stand fly a little bit sooner.
Continue approach.
Right, all looking good.
500.
Check.
Continue approach number 2, Austin for Delta.
Textbook landing needed, I'll see. I've seen a busy approach and landing. Tad low, 3 reds. Pitching up Addington's thrust. There we are, back on the profile, keep descending now. Looking super busy here in Vienna.
Minimums.
Continue. Tad high, don't chase it at this stage. Where's the cabin crew dinging? I don't need my vodka martini just yet.
100.
Tad high, no problem at this
50.
stage.
40. 30.
Check,
20.
close,
10.
just hold that attitude, hold that attitude, hold that attitude. Oh, minus 70, get in, butter, speed brakes up, reverses. I've only ever buttered this beast, fantastic. 80 knots. 6 knots, let's make that first exit for ATC for runway occupancy, reverse to idle, manual braking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vienna, or Vienna, however they call it, and we're down another on-schedule Alpaca Airways flight. Superb. We got it down eventually. There we are, flaps coming up.
Austin 4 Delta, wind 320 degrees, 9 knots, runway 34, clear to land.
Let's wait for our instructions for trans.
We have landing traffic and sharp percentage crash liner, it's extra heavy.
1.6, bye-bye.
1 to 1.6, Alpaca 5, Lima X-ray, good day sir. There we are, so ground.
7779, hold short.
And I think this first taxiway here is Delta, so we're just going to hold here. What's on the other one? Vienna ground, good day, Alpaca 5, Lima X-ray, vacating runway 34, Bravo 9.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, wing ground, service taxi to gate Delta 23 via Delta and Lima.
Stand Delta 23 via Delta and Lima Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So Delta's this right here, and then yeah, all the way to Delta 23 should be easy enough. Good stuff. Buttery landing. Yeah, I can't remember last time we had a full butter, but I think every time we've flown the 7.5 had butter. It does seem to be nice and easy in the flare. Get all the way to 20 feet, just bring the nose in. It works out. Right, now I get all the critics in chat saying what I've forgotten on the cleanup, so out of trim I'm not going to worry about. Speed brake's still out, look. That's stowed.
Call you back for taxi.
Flight director's going to come off. Well, the brakes are already off. There's no probes to turn off. Strobes can come off. So wing, white, we'll leave the position and red on. There's no probes to turn off. I think we're good, guys. We made it. AP, you can come later. Oh, that was a busy approach though, Core. And I must apologise for the audio with Vatsim because he's the discrepancies in volume between certain users. Very quiet for me personally, but very loud for you, and I can hear Mariana's laptop. I can hear how loud it is. So, I mean, this guy's very loud, but the director controller, I couldn't hear him. Just couldn't hear him at all. Weather radar, yeah, very good. There's always one thing I like to forget, and that was the one. So I'm going to show you where we're going. So Delta, there's Lima, and he said Delta 23 for the stand.
4 Delta, V-ground, service taxi to gate Foxtrot 27 via Delta, Lima and Whiskey.
Approaching 29.
Well, we're not, because the taxiway goes before it, but thank you. No, this isn't the one with the parking stands. Okay.
KLM 79, correction, KLM
There we are, so Delta 23, where are you? Oh look, we're on the Pier East, how fancy! Oh, Alpaca Airways management have really gone all out to get an air bridge today, fantastic. Whoa, what's happening here on the taxiway? My tiller is so sensitive. There's Lima, so left here. My tiller, I need to have a look at the settings because like there's a little bit of noise on it, so if I turn left a little bit, I'll make the slightest movement on the joystick, it just jerks to the left. I need to get a new joystick, I think. APU, yeah, APU's coming, guys. You've got to save money. You don't want to start that APU about 10 minutes before you get onto stand. You want to have it, so you just put it on the bus when you set the parking brake.
Austrian 17 Alpha Kilo, taxi holding point runway 29 via 29.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thank you very much, Magnus Nielsen, for the donation there. My goddamn game crashed on the approach. Oh, how frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that. Ours survived. We had good performance all day. But thank you very much, donation. I'm very sorry to hear that of your technical issue. Thank you indeed. Thanks for subscribing as well, Goitz Dially.
Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray, hold short exit 4.
Hold short exit 4, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So where is that?
Exit 4, 1 Victor Tango behind.
So if you're not sure, just stop.
Dash 8 right of you, taxi
It's exit 4.
Via exit 5 and Mike UNH.
So we were cleared all the way onto stand, but obviously some traffic.
Exit 5 and Mike, clear behind the company.
Exit 4, okay. And that's a B, the terminal. So we can go a little bit further forward. So yeah, if you get any instructions, as soon as you start taxiing, you've been cleared to where you think you can go. Just hold position. So there's exit 3, we can go forward again to exit 4. Which is here, look, if I zoom in. Oh, see exit 4, we're going to hold short of that point there.
Thank you for the nice service, danke, and have a nice evening.
You guys getting me to turn the APU on. Look at all that fuel we'd be wasting. Oh. Yeah, if you're you know, you've got, it doesn't sound like much fuel, maybe 10 kilos, but if you're an airline with, say, 100 aircraft and you've managed to get all those crew to turn on their APU as efficiently as possible, that's quite a lot of fuel you save in a year. So there's exit 3. You did say exit 4. Ah, there we are. So, so you can go a little bit further here. I was a little bit confused if what it might have been this guy.
Victor Tango, contact me tower 119 additional 4 Servus. 119 4, clear distribution, open back up.
Let's get the APU up and running now anyway.
Alpaca 4 Lima X-ray behind the dash 8, continue taxi to your gate.
And the dash 8 will continue to Delta 23, Alpaca 5 Lima X-ray. So there's the dash. There's another one here, but I think he's on stand. Yes, he is. And then it looks like we're going to be next to our colleagues, Alpaca 5 Tango Bravo. A little bit too much thrust there. Lovely sunset. Look at that. Sun just setting below there. It'd be a lot brighter in real life. You'd be like with your hands up in front of your eyes if you didn't have sunglasses on.
Austin 17 Alpha Kilo Alpha 3.
Just to show you where we are. Look.
Alpha 3 approved, hold short with you for 17 Alpha Kilo.
Delta 23 here, so we're going to overshoot past Pier East, and then we'll make the turn on stand. APU's ready to go on the generator when we shut the engines off. Look at you in chat. APU. I love it. I think the biggest mistake today was going to the wrong waypoint. That's a mistake that you don't want to make, but that is why you have PF concentrating on the vertical element of things. Pilot monitoring is the one actually making the changes in the FMC in the real aircraft and responding to our RT. So and then obviously I was high workload, and that's all it takes. Wrong digit on one of the waypoints, and then you're routing to the wrong place, which he spotted straight away. Oops, sorry. I'll make sure we got in the FMC, no problem. It's happened in real life too. It does happen. As long as ATC is on the ball, it doesn't cause any conflicts. But usually the conflicts are in a vertical sense, not the lateral. Right, there's D27. There's our colleagues, Alpaca 5 Tango Bravo, down in one piece. Let's do this kind of sharp turn on to stand. So Delta 23, here we go. That's me clicking the brake, by the way. So jumpy. Which stands this? Just got to make sure it's the right one. There we are, Delta 23. Turn off the lights. undershot the line slightly. There we go. And then on to stand. It's me clicking the brakes, by the way. 7.5 Q. There we are. 9. Ooh, slow down. Coming in a little bit hot here. 3, 2, 1. I can't see it because it's jumping up and down. It's like one of those gangster cars, low riders with the jumpy suspension. Right, we're... Oh gosh, make sure you set the parking brake. I swear I set the parking. It's going to say too far now. Well, it's a desktop simulator, so I'm just going to use reverses. Just back it up slightly. Otherwise... No, nothing to see here. There we go, fixed it. Don't do that in real life. Right, parking brake is set. AP's ready to go on the bus, so I think all we need to do is shut the engines down. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vienna, where the local time, I think we're 2 hours ahead of Zulu here, is 20 minutes past 8 in the evening. We are nicely on stand. A few minutes behind schedule. We can now turn off the anti-collision lights and hopefully the air bridge will come here. Yes, it does. Oh, it's nice audio as well. Look at that. Looks so cool. Fantastic. Another safe flight deck to sim sector completed in one piece in the flying pencil. It was a really, really enjoyable flight. Look at the air bridge coming in. There we are. There we go. We can now disembark all the passengers as per usual. That was really, really good and great to see, of course. Our colleagues here, Alpaca 05 Tango Bravo. I hope you had a splendid flight, sir, and well done for representing our ever so growing airline. That's very, very good of you. Right, so I'm actually going to disconnect from Xpilot now. I'll have a play with those volume settings. Let me know in the comments below after the video is published, you know, what the issues were. I think I'll play it back here, but certainly for me the volumes were really, really quiet. I couldn't hear it well enough. Some controllers were far quieter than others, but for what I gather, it was very, very loud for you guys. But oh, you can hear the birds tweeting in the background. But yeah, I'll have a play with those settings. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyable flight. Nice to go back into the Flight Factor 757 again. Are the speed brakes out? Oops. Nothing to see here. Are you a real pilot in chat? Speed brakes are stowed. It'll make for a nice little nest for a pigeon or something. But yeah, fantastic, guys. Thank you very much again for coming in to watch the stream. Let's have a look at the comments on the landing and approach there. It's quite a long taxi in, so I might have missed some of that. Yeah, it was a lovely butter, wasn't it? -70 or something. Superb. Very happy with that one. Butter land. Superb indeed. That's very, very good. You say Veen just like a Vienna, but without the Okay, thanks for that one. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Amazing. Door 253, do you write down your taxi instructions? I do, as anyone does when I was in the Ryan seat. I write them too, but you do it in the FMC usually. Quite easy to watch that there. Kieran Harvey, have you ever hit the brakes accidentally instead of rudders? Nope, because the brakes you really have to move your feet up to put the brakes on, but you're kind of guarding them whilst you're taxiing there. But in the Flight Factor, it's either when you brake, it's full brakes or no brakes, which makes for that sort of jerky sensation when you're slowing into on stand there. You want a PA from Mariana? I don't think she'll do that.
50, 40,
great. Thank you very much, Chris Tuttle, as well.
20,
what jokes have you said over cabin speakers? Thank you very much, Chris Tuttle. What have I said? One of the things I did say once was we're at a particular airport where the ground staff they didn't have enough ground staff, and the particular airport they always never have enough ground staff, and we were on stand waiting for them to disembark, and it took about... It was after 20-25 minutes, still no one came up, so I did a PA to the passengers. I simply said, yes, this airport follows the 3 Ps. The last 2 Ps stand for poor performance. I'll let you guess what the first P is. That's one of the things I did. I always tell that story. The passengers got a bit of a laugh out of that, and we did, after about another 15 minutes, get all the passengers off and going. But there you go. I hope that was worth your $2, Chris Tuttle, for that little joke there.
Absolute comedian.
Brilliant. Awesome stuff. Of course, we won't end a Flight Deck Sim live stream without enjoying the funky music, which of course I think is a bit echoey these days, but there we are. It's working nonetheless. Right, let's get ourselves into the Flight Deck. Look at, oh my goodness me. It looks a little bit illicit in this Flight Deck. Never seen that colour before. My goodness. Let's get yourself back onto over the threshold. There we are though. Let's have a look at this buttery landing. Coming in, a little bit too far off. echo funky, is it? Yeah, I need to have a huge play with the sound settings then. Definitely a bit muted as well, the volumes. Oh, you beauty though, what an absolute butter. Oh, you can't get more buttery than that. Right on the money as well. That's the one we want to do every single day. I do it about 10% of the time. It's a majestic aircraft though, the old 75.
50.
Thank you very much, sir.
30. 20.
Oh,
10.
look at that. Thank you very much, Nubik. Wow, right out of the crazy donation there. Thank you very much.
Enjoy your Warzone night.
Oh, thank you very much, Nubik. That was insane. Thank you very, very much for your kind generosity there. I sure will. That's a very, very kind donation. Thank you indeed. £20 coming in. And, yeah, a bit of Call of Duty now for the next few hours. I'm going to need to rest my eyes, reset them for the gaming there. Thank you very much. Look at that, though. Oh, right on. I had the wing lights on. I think I'm going to have to do another one. Oops. Can you hear that wind noise? Right, let's do one more buttery landing here. From this side with the sun setting. I did get the beat drop with a touchdown. Timed that perfectly. Oh, very, very, very happy with that touchdown. Awesome stuff, guys. Well, thank you very much to each one and every let me start again. Thank you very much to each one and every one of you for coming in for this live stream. It sounds like you can probably see a tumbleweed fly past the aircraft in a second with these sounds that's going on. But thank you very much to everyone that came in with a donation tonight, bought the merchandise, became a member. For those who just regularly watch, thank you very much for watching smashing the thumbs up button for the videos. That really, really is awesome if you do that. And thanks for keeping up to date with the latest content. Got a little event on for the members this weekend on Saturday, and then on Sunday I'll probably do another live stream, something a bit different perhaps. But I'll keep you all posted in the usual social media feeds as well. Again, as I say at the moment with all these live streams, stay safe out there with these crazy, crazy times. Enjoyed these kind of creepy, windy noises as we land a taxi on to stand. Stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon.